Poker House, Fort Worth, streaming our Wednesday night Mike Sewell game, $1 blinds, and a $500 buy-in. I got Brandon Perry trying to get his microphone working so he can do some remote commentary. He one of our dealers here. He was going to help me out, but he couldn't get his microphone working. So technical difficulties on his side. We got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to jump on Facebook and go share this. Give me just a second. Make sure everything's working. Let me zoom in on this guy. Facebook and go share this. Okay, perfect. I just shared it. I tested the sound. It sounds great. We are going to have another very fun lineup. We got Mike Sewell. We got Larry Goldman's back. Mac is back, one of my favorites. Crissy is back. A couple of new guys are back. Doc is back. Zack is back. Jonathan is playing. A couple of guys didn't show up on time when we got started. Apparently there was really bad traffic in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Imagine that. Every week somebody tells me how bad the traffic is. That's not new. You live in one of the biggest metroplexes in the country. They have bad traffic every day. It takes me an hour to drive 40 miles to get here on time. So I leave at like 3 o'clock so I can get here on time and beat the traffic. You can see Minnesota Mike has the deck all spread out, ready to go 15 minutes ago. And all the players are coming in to sit down, draw their seats, mic up. We've got Jackie King helping on the live stream, and Minnesota Mike's going to be doing the dealing again. They're my live stream team here in Fort Worth. After this one, this will be our last stream in Burleson for a little bit. Tomorrow I'm driving to Austin. We're going to stream the first time there on Friday. If you are in the Austin area and you want to play on that stream, it's a 1-2 blinds with a $1,000 buy-in, and they're going to do a match the stack down there. Get on the list. I've got I think 3 people on the list already who have contacted me that they're going to be in Austin. They want to play, so that'll be a fun one. That's a beautiful new room that we just opened last month. And then Sunday, we're coming back here for the Old Poker Jokers. Hey, there it is. Just as I speak of the Old Poker Jokers, Captain Underpair says, let's go. 4 to 8. I think that table is full. But if you want a seat and you're in the room, you can be an alternate. And speaking of alternates, I think I have 2 empty seats. When I left there 15 minutes ago, I had 2 empty seats. So if you are in the Burleson area and you want to play on this live stream right now, it's a $1-2 blinds. They are playing the knit game. They do allow straddles, and it's a $500 buy-in, and then they have 75% match the stack. So if somebody wins $1,000, has $1,000 in front of them, you can buy in for $750. You can top off. I got Brandon. Brandon Perry's texting me that he's still trying stuff on his side. So with any luck, you won't have to sit and listen to me the entire time alone. We'll get somebody else with some poker experience to talk to you. We have more big news coming down the pipe that I cannot reveal just yet. I can talk about the $200,000 guarantee tournament that we're running, $360 buy-in, and there's a twist on it. Your re-entry is half price, $180. no matter what flight it is, no matter what venue it is, we're going to combine 5 venues and play the flight 1A or the flights, the day 1 flights at your local venue, play down to 12%. You're in the money, and then we're going to come back to Austin and we're going to live stream. Right there is a commercial. It says 200,000 guarantee. But we're going to live stream the day 2 in Austin from all of the 12% from all 5 flights from all of the preliminary days, all 5 venues. There is a bonus. If you bag twice, you get, I don't want to get this wrong, I think it's $750. And if you bag a third time, I think it's $1,250. So like $2,000 total if you have 3. No. All right. So you combine bags 1 and 2, and you take those 2 bags to Austin on day 2. Your third bag is worth $750, and your fourth bag is worth $1,250. So that's a total of $2,000 bonuses, plus your 2 biggest bags that you will play with on flight on day 2 from any of the previous flights. I might have messed that up a little bit. Check with your local card room for all of the exact details. And then we've got the Road to Vegas, $10,000 main event seats. We're giving away 2 main event seats. One of them, just for showing up, we're going to have a random drawing. And you qualify for that Road to Vegas tournament by playing any of our tournaments. We have tournaments twice a day except for Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. We do not have a tournament. I had a couple of people walk in, look around, go, must be Wednesday. There's no tournament today. So twice a day, 12 and 6:30, we have tournaments, and you earn points. No matter how many people are in the tournament, you get 250 points for showing up. And then the winner gets 5,000 points. Second place gets 3,000 points. Third place gets 2,000 points. Fourth place gets 1,000 points. Fifth place gets 500 points. Even if there's only 20 people there and we only pay out, like, let's say the top 3 people, fourth and fifth still get bonus points, even though they didn't cash. Captain Underpairs said he bubbled, and I said, well, at least you got 1,000 points. And he says, oh, I didn't know I got points if I didn't cash. So that's awesome. Those points from February 4th to June 9th will accumulate. Right now, first place after 2 weeks, I think, has 20,000 points, maybe 22,000, something like that. A huge amount. Dusty, I can actually pull it up here really quickly. And let's look at this. So Dusty has 20,500 points. John Ravel right behind him, 20,250 points. So he's like 1 tournament behind him. James Bland, Randy Harmon, Brad Kay, James Hardy, Thane Way, a lot of heroes on that leaderboard. Go check it out at Poker House FT Worth, Poker House Fort Worth. Fort is spelled FT. Scroll down, click on leaderboard, and you can see all of the points that you'll accumulate. Anyway, you'll accumulate all of these points from February 4th to June 9th. Those points convert to chips. That's what you start the tournament with. So the winner of that tournament will get a $10,000 main event seat, and a second $10,000 main event seat is going to be randomly given to any player. So you could show up and play 1 tournament, get your 250 points, show up for this championship tournament, and randomly win a seat to the $10,000 main event. So that's something that we're excited about. Looks like we're just about ready here. I'm going to pull up the table. Let me know if you guys can hear that okay. All right. Let's maximize this. I've got a little bit of a buzz. It might be one of those microphones is not properly positioned on somebody's head, but we'll figure it out. All right, first hand, we've got Larry making it 10 to go with ace 4, Mike Sewell and Doc and Mac all calling. Mac's got the best of it with ace Jack. He's got a gut shot. Excuse me, Doc has the best of it. He's got a gut shot, needing a king. Mac really has no piece of this, but he's going to come along. He needs runner, runner, flush, runner, runner, straight. Mike Sewell has an open ender. What's happening, John? The old poker joker will be Sunday. And an ace gives Mike Broadway. It's a paired board. I don't think he'll get 2 out of line. There's only $87 in the pot.
50.
Ooh, Doc's going to get out of line with his top pair and a good kicker. Mac's got no part of this now. He's going to let it go. Gets back to Mike. What's he going to do on a paired board? I think he should make it like 200. There's 137 in the pot. It's 50 to call. He announces raise. 150. This is a tough one for Doc. He went check, check on the turn. Mike calls the $15 flop bet. And then he raises him to 150. I think for an extra 100, you just have to call if you're Doc.
See your 7.
Yeah, he says, let's see your 7. No, but I do have Broadway. There it is. Mike gets rid of the knit button. We are playing the knit game. If you're not familiar with the knit game, you win a hand and you get rid of that button in front of you. The last person to win a hand has to pay a bounty of $50. And that goes in as a splash pot in for the next hand, because nobody cares about winning $5. The point is you don't want to lose the $50. So instead of giving everybody $5, we just put it in the pot for the next hand, make it a splash pot just for fun. Scallywags asked, are you doing a random drawing for the 10K at the beginning of the tournament? Busting the tournament doesn't disqualify you. So busting the tournament will not disqualify you, but we're not going to do it at the beginning of the tournament because of late entries and stuff like that. We'll probably do it towards the end of registration to allow everybody to have a chance at it, so we don't disqualify late entries. That's a guess on my part. It might be totally wrong. Maybe they want to do it at the beginning of the tournament to encourage on-time entries. That's something I'm going to have to ask the tournament team what they're going to do. That's a great question, Scallywags. Thank you. Mac's got middle pair. Checks around so you don't anticipate anybody having an ace. Middle pair is still good. Now he's got an open ender to go along with it. Jonathan picks up a pair. Crissy makes it 10 to go. Oh, that's a 2 pair for Mac, 5s and 7s, but it's a 4-liner on the board right now. A 3 or an 8 makes a straight.
2 pair.
Yep, he just they check it down, and Mac picks up $38 pot.
Sorry? What?
I tried. I thought you was chastising.
We're gonna call when you muck your cards. We're gonna call that JP in from now on. Yeah. So he did that how many times last time? 4 times.
So I've got this buzz going on,
He did it like 4 times.
and I thought it was.
Mucked his cards. Oh, JP, number 1.
Yeah, I thought it was on my side, but it's it's on your side too. You guys can hear that buzz in the background. I'm gonna turn down the table mic a little bit so there's not as much buzz. I am not an audio guy. I need Tiny on here to help me out.
Dragon. I think this here is the dragon here. Yeah. I think so.
So I turned down the table microphone so you can't hear that buzzing in the background as much. I hope. Larry flops an open-ender with the 10 jack. Doc's got a gut shot needing Larry's jack. Larry leads out for 20 and Doc quickly calls him. Yeah, John says it's still there. Okay. So my other option is to turn the table mic way down so you just can't hear anything. And I don't love that, but let's just turn down a little bit more. The 4 doesn't change anything. Doc does have the best hand with queen high, but I don't think he's very happy with it. He's going to let it go. Good bet by Larry, who's betting on the draw. Gets rid of his nit button. That's another rule of the nit game. You have to show your hand to get rid of your nit button. So he shows his semi-bluff and gets rid of his button. You can see we've got 7 players in this game. 2 of them are stuck in traffic. If you want to play in this game, come on down, get on the list. Who comes up with color cards? Color cards. Are you talking about my 4-color deck? I love the 4-color deck if that's what you're talking about. Especially if you're commentating on a PLO stream, the 4-color deck is way better than a 2-color deck. You are in the minority, Sonny. Everybody loves the 4-color deck. You're the first person that says they didn't like it. We got some viewers rooting for Zack. A lot of limping going on. You're going to see that more in these 1-2 games. A lot more limping and a lot more passive play than you'll see when I've got a 5-10 game going on with a bigger buy-in. There's a lot more aggressiveness, a lot more raising. But these games are kind of friendly. You know, you'll see a lot of 5-way players to the flop. Crissy's got bottom pair and a gut shot with the 5. Jonathan has top pair. He's going to bet $10. A little pot-sized bet. Looks like it's going to clear the field. Crissy calls with bottom pair and a gut shot. She needs a 2, 4, or 5. That's not it. I think it's going to go check, bet, fold. There's $30 in the pot now. He'll probably... Ooh, she's just going to block her bet. Leads out for $10? Or was that a bet and a call? Okay. I thought she let out for $10. No. Jonathan let out for $10. Crissy calls. Now Jonathan bet 20. Oh! Ooh, this might work. She's going to make a 75 to go. I love it. Put him in the... He lets it go. She's going to show a bluff.
Nice, nice.
Oh. So she just called him, not because she thought her bottom pair was the best, but because she had a plan for that hand the entire way. And she just said, if you can hear that in the background, she said, I got to get rid of that knit button.
Yeah. Like I said, the nickname makes you play some weird stuff.
Yep. Mike Sewell's telling the players that are new to the table and new to the game, the knit game, makes some interesting plays. Now, I don't think anybody's added on so far. We're only on hand 5, but they are allowed to add up to 75% of the largest stack at the table. So Mike Sewell there in the 3 seat has like $700. They could add 75% of the 700 if they wanted to. So you'll see that as the stacks get larger, you might see people topping off a little bit to keep up with the winners of the game. We don't let them do that out on the floor. It's a $500 max bet on our 1-2 games, but on the stream we do allow them to add to their stack. It's not an entire full match the stack, it's 75% match the stack. Now Mike does not have a knit button, but he's going to go ahead and lead out anyway. Doc does have a knit button, but he's got ace high and really can't defend for $30. That's going to work for him. Since he already got rid of his knit button, he just was bluffing for no reason, just to pick up the pot. I'm checking my messages just a second, trying to see if I can get another commentator in here. Zack makes it 12 to go with Jack 9 in the big blind and gets 3 callers. Ace, King, Jack. That's a nice little Broadway flop. Max got the top of it. Zach's got the bottom of it. He's just going to lead right out. $15. It's kind of a small bet. The pot was rather large. I was going to say, I don't know what Larry's doing, calling with just 10 high and no draws. Now, we have had a situation where the cards are not read properly. I really hope we get to see this. Either he had position and he's just going to steal it from these guys, but he doesn't know how sticky Mac can get with top pair. And he did win. I wish we could see his cards, because even though his hand improved on the turn, fourth pair is not good against 2 players. But when they both checked it to him, he took it down. Larry's in the cutoff, makes it $10 to go with a suited 7-8 of hearts. I like that hand. Mike calls with Broadway cards. Zack and Doc both defend their blinds. Ace 9 Trey, 2 clubs. Zach's got the best of it with a 9. He checks it to Doc, who leads for $20. He's going to bluff at it. Backdoor clubs. Mike's got nut, no pair. I think he just lets it go. He's not ready to let it go just yet. And Zack calls. Oh, that's an interesting turn card. It gives Doc an open ender now, and Mike the gut shot.
60.
Zack still has the best hand with a pair of 9s. Doc leads for $60. I don't think Mike can call now. He lets it go, and Zack lets it go. Doc's going to show his open ender and get rid of that nip button.
The queen.
Any of those 3 cards. Down to 2.
Still the same music, right?
No, now we're at
It's different.
this is next.
Doc makes it 10 to go with a big slick. Jonathan calls with a suited queen 10. That brings along the rest of the field. Queen 4.
With the dual butter knife. Try to do that.
Jonathan flops all of it. $50 in the pot. Doc's going to bet 25. If you're Jonathan, you got 3 players behind you. Raise it up and deny some equity from those flush draws.
No.
He does raise.
Music selection is this?
Looks like he made it 60 to go. 55. Just barely a min click.
I didn't want to listen to the voice.
That's enough to tell Doc where he's at. Doc's
I know, right? Oh, all the time. Argues.
he does make the call. Now he's drawing dead. He needed running 10 jack or he's going to check. There's 160 in the pot. 35, just a super small call me bet. But do you put $35 in drawing dead? Just to see what Jonathan has? He says that's such a little bet. It's like 15%. Doc calls 35. Deuce gives Jonathan a full house. The flush does get there, which is irrelevant when you have a full house. looks like Doc's going to try bluffing at this with 2-pair ace kicker. It is not going to work. He's only got 240. He's got a pot-sized bet left. If no matter what he bets, Jonathan's going to go all in. Oh, he just calls. Okay. And Zack lost the stand-up game.
I have a feeling you had the queen. I'm like, I can't have that much of a bad luck. But
So Doc bets 85. Jonathan just snap calls. I would have expected a raise, but it was just a, well, okay, I guess I call type of call. I did get a hold of another friend of mine from a different club, one of our sister clubs. He's going to jump on here and commentate in about 10 minutes. He said he could get to a computer because Brandon's still working on his technical difficulties at home. If I can get both those guys down here talking, I'll go try to fix that audio problem I have. Zack flops 3 10s.
So I get my 25 back.
Jonathan just has a tray.
everybody got rid of their net.
So Zack says, at least I'm going to get my 25 back because he had to pay the splash pot. So he's going to win his chips back. That's kind of funny. Jonathan's thinking, do you really have a 10? Or do you have a 3 with a better kicker and I can probably bluff you off of this? He does let it go. I wonder if Zack does show.
Jonathan, your shirt's making me super hungry, bro.
We're gonna order something later.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten all day. Someone says this is Snickers. What?
Why do you have spicy ketchup in your pocket?
I'm gonna say it's Whataburger. Oh yeah. I don't know. I haven't had Whataburger for 15 years. I have moved in Texas, but yeah.
You're talking about Whataburger. That's something I didn't have in Minnesota, where I was from. We didn't have a Whataburger.
Oh my God, it's far away.
Fan favorite in this area, though.
It's close. That would be equal.
Cane's is delicious.
Wait, but DoorDash isn't delivered from this one? That's crazy.
I'm trying to.
Mike makes it 15 to go with ace 10.
I have Uber Eats. We'll try it.
Horrible.
Zack calls from the hijack with a suited 5-6. Doc gets in there with a queen 5. Mac calls with an 8-9 offsuit. They are eligible for the flush frenzy. The flush frenzy, we add $100 every time it's not hit, and I think it's up to $2,500 now. Where if you win the hand using both hole cards, and you get a flush like Zach's about to do, there it is. So let's see if they call it out that he has a diamond flush. He obviously has to show it. Mike has top pair and a gut shot. He's drawing dead to Zach's flush.
Yeah.
$136 in the pot. It's only going to cost $25 to call. It's a little blocker bet, small bet. Zach's gonna double check. Yes, I do have diamonds. Let me think about this. Is he gonna call or raise? No, he's gonna bump it. It looks like.
We grew up with
Yep.
so many burger places.
He shows a flush.
Remember King Burger? Was it King Burger? It was on like.
They're gonna go write his name down on the board.
Oh my god.
Anyway, like I was saying, if you get a flush using both hole cards in all 4 suits, you get the jackpot, and right now it's at $2,500. We've been doing this down in our Austin location, and we've given away $33,000 in the last month on flush frenzies. I almost won it when I was playing there last week. I won.
I think it was King Burger.
I had the first 3 suits in the first half hour I was playing, and it took me 7 more hours. And I got the heart flush one time, Jack High heart flush, and I was beat by the guy with the Ace High heart flush. I lost my entire stack along with not winning the bounty, and I never did come back, or I never did make a heart flush after that. So that's my bad beat of the night. Leaf just pressed the thumbs up button. That reminds me. Like, subscribe, share if you're enjoying this. If you're enjoying this content. Yep, they're yelling over to Nathan. Zach got a diamond flush, so they're gonna put him on the board. This is interesting. Larry's got the best hand. Oh, never mind. Mike's got the best hand. Another diamond flush out there. Mike now has top pair with a gut shot straight draw. Larry has 2 of the 6s that he would need, and Larry has the only flush draw available. Oh, I was going to say the king gives John the best hand, but it's a king of diamonds. That gives Larry the 6 high flush. And that does not qualify for the flush frenzy because he's only using 1 card. We have rules. I'm talking to my main man, Tiny. He just said he's going to come in Sunday and help me with this audio problem. He thinks it's a grounding issue in my mixer. I don't know what any of those words mean, and I'm glad Tiny's my friend because he's going to come fix it for me before we stream the Old Poker Jokers live stream from 4 to 8 Sunday. $42 in the pot. Checks around to Jonathan. He bets $12. Larry calls him with bottom pair. It's hard to make a pair. Now that 10 of hearts is not the turn card. That was the burn card. We saw Mike put the, there it is, Jackie fixed it. Or if Jackie didn't fix it, the card fixed itself. Circo's check. Jonathan bet 17. This is a great bluff if he's bluffing at it, because it's really hard to call with bottom pair. And a tray on the river. Actually improves Jonathan's hand. He leads out for 50. Wow. I really want to see these cards, because this might be a error in the card reader. We had that in PLO more so. Larry does let it go. Jonathan doesn't show. Hey, Jonathan, if you're watching this, did you really have an ace tray and you just 4-barrel bluffed your way right through that one? Bluffing pre-flop, bluffing on the flop, bluffing on the turn, bluffing on the river. Good work, sir. I applaud you.
I'm gonna get. I'll buy dinner. Yeah. Okay. John, sounds good. Let's do it.
Doc topped off. He's back at $550. After that first hand when he gave Mike Sewell some chippies.
Probably good for me to. Good.
But you gotta leave.
Looks like they're going to add a couple of people. We got 2 seats available. And if you're in the Fort Worth, Burleson area and you want to play on this stream, come on down. We're going to be playing for a couple more hours. And
Yes.
you can get on this alternate list.
Yeah, he just got to tell the black.
And if you're new to Texas poker, we do not rake out of the pot at all in the legal clubs. We charge by the hour.
Good evening.
So this is a non-raked game. You have to clock in to play. $13 an hour, which is way less than paying rake at any casino. And you can get discounts. 5 hours for $55 brings it down to $11 an hour. 10 hours for $100 brings it down to $10 an hour. If you win more than 2 hands in an hour, you're way better off playing in Texas at a legal card room and paying for time. Speaking of time, let's give away an hour to the people viewing in the chat. Let's see. I like the Guess the Pot game. So we are on hand 13. Let's make it a quick one. Let's go hand 15. So we've only got about 5 minutes for you guys to guess what's the pot going to be on hand 15. Get the closest without going over, and we'll get you a free hour. Your wife's boyfriend back in the chat. He says plus membership fee. We do charge $10 a day or $30 a month. If you're going to come more than 3 times a day, it's more than 3 times a month, buy the membership. It's $1 a day to come be a member. Arthur says $96. Leaf says Niagara Falls Casino, they don't rake. I don't believe that's accurate, Leaf. I mean, which casino are you talking about? I played in a casino up in Niagara Falls, and they definitely did rake. It was on the American side. But what casino does not rake? Do they charge by the hour? John Rebel, hey John, are you gonna beat Dusty in that road to Vegas? He's 200. He's one tournament ahead of you, 250 points. But John guesses $180. James Hardy, he's on the leaderboard, the top 10, guesses $45. Javier guesses 300. Kelly Sproul says 84. Let's go. Oh, on the Canada side, I don't know how the Canada side works, Leaf. I have never played poker in Canada. What's the weather like up there? It was 84 degrees today in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I love the 84 degrees in February. I'm from Minnesota. Okay, Niagara Falls in Canada. Okay, I've never played there. So do they charge by the hour then also? Breonna Howard says $120 and 15.
They're going now.
I do confiscate their cards and set them off to the, or excuse me, +7. I confiscate their phones and put them off on the side. Oh, we have a new player there. He's got headphones. I think Mike is going to tell him to take them off. Half $8. Half. I don't know what that means. So we do have a new player who came in. I do not know this player. He has a $300 stack in front of him. This is typically a $500 buy-in. But I think since they had an empty seat and they had a player that wanted to play, they're just going to, overlook that little rule. Larry flops an open ender. Jonathan's got the nut flush draw. My kicker, new player in the 5 seat called My Kicker, has top pair. Dat Too Crazy. Who comes up with these names? Oh, I love it. Okay, let's go.
Morning, some Papa John's
Another 6.
for the guys. You want out?
Now we got trips.
Pepperoni? What do you guys like?
No, the 6 folded. So Larry's still got the open ender. My kicker still has top pair. Ooh, top pair just turned into a boat for my kicker in the 5 seat. What's his hat say? Japan something. He's going to lead off for $40. Mac also flopped a straight draw and does not get there, and he's just going to win the pot. $170 pot going his way. All right, guys. Seneca Casino in New York. They closed the poker room. No, that's where I played. I played at Seneca, and probably 2018, maybe. It was 2018. Yeah, 2018. I played there, and they definitely raked the pot. At when I played there, we had a big tournament up there. Beautiful card room. All right, we are at hand 15. Let's see who's going to win this free hour of play.
If you've ever noticed, I'll get up here and I'll start drinking about whenever I get here. I don't stop the entire time.
Mike Sewell saying he enjoys the free beer at Poker House Fort Worth. We do not have a liquor license, so we cannot sell alcoholic beverages, so we just give it away. Tip your servers, please. All right. A lot of people folding. This might be a small pot. Mac Limpson folds around to Mike Sewell in the cutoff, who calls with an ace-6. And small blind calls. Did the big blind fold?
No, I'm good. I just ordered some dessert.
Ace deuce 4. This is going to be a very, very small pot. We got $8 in the skillet. And Mike with top pair is just going to win. $8 is the pot if Mac doesn't call.
I love coming out here, but
All right, Mac calls. That brings it up to 38. Oh, Mac raised to 30. Now we're at 68. Okay. All right. Marcus at 62 is the closest.
It's only because it's me, right?
Oh, all right. The 40 doesn't count if it's not called. It's not called. The answer is 68. Marcus said 62. Let's see if anyone said between 62 and 68. Nope, they didn't. Marcus, you win.
Nate, did you put my diamond flush up there?
All right, Marcus Huggins wins. I'm gonna. Mac likes to check raise. Mac loves check raise. All right. I'm gonna text Nate right now.
Honestly, I was only know more of a Tupac. Ricky Martin? Yeah, Ricky Martin. 1,000 guesses and that would not
1 hour to Marcus Huggins. There you go. Ooh, as I was texting that, Jonathan has King in the big blind. There's a $5 straddle on there. He's gonna make it 47 to go. And Mac is not afraid of a $47 bet when he's got a suited 10-7. We got the KK versus the 10-7 and $110 in the pot. Arthur says a bunch of nits. I want to change my guess to $1. Yes. Mac flops top pair. This might get him in trouble. $110 in the pot. Jonathan's going to lead out with a pot size bet. It looks like $100. 95, just a little bit of a discount. Yeah, he's all in. He says I'm all in, $400. And Jonathan's like, what the hell just happened? What is Mac doing? Did he flop a set? I've got kings. Oh, wrong one. That's what I wanted to do. Jonathan, is he really thinking about folding for $300 and $299? But Mac, if you don't know Mac's kind of loosey-goosey. Likes to check raise. Usually has it. He's going to call. He's going to make the call. All right, now Mac needs a 10 or a 7. If you know, you know. 5's not going to do it. He's got 3 outs. Doesn't get there. Stack, $900 stack going to Jonathan. Mac's going to reload. Jonathan, good job. Nice hand. Good call. Yeah, Leaf said he'd go all in. If you had king, you'd go all in? Yeah, he did. He called. Mac was all in. I'm very interested to see how these two new players are going to be. It'll be fun. Twice around the board. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're talking about getting kicked out of different card rooms. Fun games, small games. Yeah, what do you guys like about these? How do you feel about these $1-2 blind games? Which is, I advocate for it because this is the game you're gonna find in 90% of the tables in the casino in the country are 1-2 with a $500 buy-in. And that's what we play here. That's what we stream here. That's what we show. It's really fun to watch a guy lose a house, but it's not relatable. And I've said that several times on stream before. I really like 1, 2, and maybe 2, 5 with a $2,000 buy-in that people can relate to. General says, "Go, go, go, Zach! You are the best." Zach has a lot of fans in the chat. Your fan from Egypt is watching. Egypt, now that is a far ways away. Mac makes it 15 to go with pocket sevens. Larry calls with ace queen. Jonathan calls with queen 9 offsuit in the small blind, and Crissy comes in with king 10 suited from the big blind. Ace, queen 8, gin for Larry. Crissy has a gut shot straight draw. Jonathan has middle pair. There's 60 in the pot. He's going to bet out, it looks like 22. 22. Crissy has a gut shot with a backdoor flush draw. He's going to limp in there. I think Larry's going to clear the field and make it like 100 to go. That's what I would want to do. No, he's very, very passive. He's just going to set the trap. He's not afraid of that gut shot, and there is no flush draw out there, so he thinks top 2 is strong enough to just check and call. Now there's no flush draw at all. Is Jonathan going to keep telling this story, or is he going to check it? Jonathan bets 35. Crissy folds. Now Larry's going to pick the time to raise. He's going to make it 135, it looks like. Yep. And that's enough to tell Jonathan you're beat. You're beat and drawing dead. While he's thinking about folding, let's go check this out. Check out these chats. We got General says it's too cold in Canada. Leaf says howdy, how's Egypt? Slim, Shady, Wu-Tang, let's go Zack, yo bro, cold in your country, I thought it's fire. Supporting Zack Attack, Coastal City, it's too cold right now. All right, and now my chat is caught up. Looks like they're going to play the knit game again. For those of you just tuning in, everybody is going to receive a button right there. When you win a hand, you give the button back to the dealer. The last person to have a button is fined, penalized $50, and that goes into the next pot as a splash pot. Zach is next hand we'll be able to see. Right now it's showing his 6% raise in first after 17 hands. I think he's up though. So General's asking, he says, I don't understand that game. The knit game, it's just a fun game to drive action. We really don't need that in Texas because these guys are crazy. And it looks like there was a misdeal. Yep, they're explaining the rules to the new players at the table. Now, we've played this on the stream many times, so most of these players are familiar with it. And we did play it the very first hand we started with the knit game, also called the stand-up game. But the guy in the 2 seat and the guy in the 5 seat, this is their first time on the stream, so they're not sure what's going on. Got Too Crazy has pocket tens. He just limps in. He's examining that knit button. Compliments of not Mark. Folds around, limpers. Doc makes it 10 to go. Jonathan calls. Crissy calls. Dat2 Crazy calls with pocket tens. I don't know why he's being passive with that. It might be because he's confused on the game and he's not sure what's going on. Ace 4-9, it might be because he knows an ace is coming, and my kicker in the 5 seed is going to have the best hand. So pocket tens has a 0% chance of winning this hand. We see Doc had the 10 of spades, and the 10 of clubs must have been folded already. Hey.
Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3.
I can hear you, Reese. What's happening, my man?
Oh, I was just on the phone talking about a $200,000 guaranteed tournament that we're having up pretty quick.
All right. Oh, let's get through this hand real quick, and then we'll talk about that.
Really?
Crissy just turns 2 pair. And 2 pair is going to win this hand. We had pocket tens limped in, and was drawing dead after the flop.
Now, is that the same Crissy that was had the pocket tens in our train wreck hand with Gator?
Yeah, yep. That was a good hand.
How is she doing in the stream? Is she doing well tonight?
We just started, and she's up. She's got, after that $115 bet, she's got 800 in her stack. $500 buy-in. We are doing a 75% match the stack, so it's possible that she topped off, but I don't know for sure. I think she just won a few times.
Well, she's going to pick up a little bit extra on this one after Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan can't make the call. She's going to show it for some info. Well done, well done.
They're playing the knit game. That was the first hand of the knit game, so she has to show it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So General says, send our hello to Zack from his BHR family. I will do that, General.
Hello to Zack.
So now Crissy is, you know what? She's up $97. She's got 1,000 in front of her, so she did top off.
Hey, green is green. That's all. She's in the green. So looks like Mac is having a little bit of struggles on that, and my kicker showing him plus 568, so it might not have got his initial entry into the computer there.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Is it showed him as 0, sitting down with $0, and now he has 568, so it shows him as winning 568. Where he actually probably sat down with 500, and he's $500.
Oh, I see our stream on the TV behind him, so they get to look and see immediately after 30 minutes.
That's a different stream.
Oh, it's a different one. Okay, I started to say we're just gifted it to them. We're just gifted it to them.
I do not. I take their phones away. I don't allow them to watch them. I don't.
Okay, good.
Very strict. Some say too strict. I like take, if I see somebody with headphones in, I take those out. I haven't gotten to the part where I'm taking away their smartwatches yet, but I'm leading that way. Because just to keep the game clean, so there's no question.
Can't be too careful these days.
Exactly.
We got a pretty good hand here. 2 top pairs and an open-ended.
Yeah.
And now we have 2 pair. And the
Zach's got top 2.
Yeah, that's going to take the lead on that.
Open ender and a flush draw now. Her hand actually got much better.
Much better, yeah. Crissy's not going to go anywhere now for sure. She'll have the bad side of the straight if it does come, but a spade.
She actually wants a 3 to come out. The 8 is a split board.
Yep.
But she would like. She really wants a red 3. Okay, didn't get it. Because a 5 high flush you're not too excited about. That red 3 would have been great for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if my kicker's gonna.
Yeah,
he's gonna make that call.
Yeah, he's got 2 pair with a better kicker, but Zach's got 2 better pair.
Yep.
He's gonna pick up a nice little pot. Zach has a lot of fans in the chat.
That's good. Everybody needs fans. That was a great turn card for Zach.
Is it allowed to send Des here? I don't know what that means. I don't know if you edited yourself. or if Facebook edited you.
I think the answer is obviously no. If,
Yeah.
if it is what it is, I think it is. So, how much is the knit game for? I'm coming in late on this. What are they
So
playing for?
what we do is in the small games like this, it's $50 penalty. So it's basically instead of paying everybody $5, we take that $50 and put it in the middle of the pot for the next hand for a splash pot.
Interesting.
Nobody really
Interesting.
cares about $5, so it's not so much that you want to win $5; it's that you don't want to lose 50. You
Yeah.
know, in my
Yeah.
bigger games where they're playing for $100, you kind of want to win $100.
Oh, yeah.
But when they're playing for $5, like what's the point really?
Yeah,
You know?
no, for sure. For sure.
And the point's to not lose. So rather than give everybody 5, they actually, and this is a player's idea, let's make it a splash pot and immediately give half of it to the dealers. So they give $25 immediately to the dealer, and then the other half is in the splash pot.
Well, that's good. I mean, it provides a pain to the loser of the
Yes.
game, but we got a shove here, rejam.
Yeah, that too crazy.
He's got
There's,
queens.
There's 200 in the pot, and he goes all in for 260.
Can Jonathan lay down the eights with his 993? He's got a lot of chips in front of him. I don't know how hard he's worked to get those chips.
He was gifted those chips when he had. Well, actually, it was a tough call for him. He had pocket kings. Mac calls him, and then he bet 100 on the flop, and Mac ships it for 400. And he tanked for probably 30, 45 seconds before calling with kings. Mac just had top pair.
Yeah, yeah,
And so.
yeah. That's.
I
love the Whataburger shirt on Jonathan there. It's fantastic. I want one.
We were talking about that. I'm from Minnesota. We don't have Whataburger up there.
Oh no! Well, you're learning, I hope.
Yeah, moving down here 18 months ago, I've had a lot of Whataburgers. The Poker House Dallas had a Whataburger in the parking lot. Really.
Oh yeah, no, I was there. I was
Field.
there.
I found out that was open 24/7 when I walked outside at like 4 in the morning, and it was still open with a line of cars.
Every time I worked at Poker House Dallas, that's where I would walk over to. I walked that field many times.
And it folds around, and that too crazy. Going to pick up at $84 in the pot and get rid of his knit button.
Yep, that's the most important part.
Wu-Tang didn't help enough. If you have time, Leaf, we can talk. Okay, they're just having a private conversation. Pre-flop raising, really, really passive, more passive this day. Jonathan with 30%, Larry at 20%, everybody else down in the 10, 15%, Mac and Zack at 5%. So it's a much more passive stream than we've seen in the past. So while they're talking about this, lead me back into that 200K guarantee we talked about.
Yeah, like I said, we were going over some of the nitty-gritty details of the $200,000 guarantee tournament. March 7th, we're coming up. We're coming up on it. Are you ready?
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited. I am.
Yeah, it's
fired
5
up.
clubs. 5 clubs. You got Midland, Odessa, San Angelo, Burleson, which is Poker House Fort Worth, and Poker House Austin in Round Rock. We're going to be having flights starting on March 7th for the $200,000 guarantee tournament, with the culmination being at Poker House Austin.
Yes.
So it's exciting.
That's 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, we're, like I said, getting ready for those flights. Each club is going to have their own set of 10 flights over the course of 2 weeks, and then any of the 12% that make it from their individual flights heads down to Austin, where you'll be in the money and playing for that prize pool.
And we will be live streaming day 2 in Austin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to live stream day 2, and there's actually going to be a day 3 that's either going to be final 18 or the final table, depending on the
How fast we go.
how we get through day 2. So get ready for 2 days of streaming, bud.
Tell Zack to take the hat off. Hey now. Them's fighting words in Dallas. Jonathan's got the gut shot straight flush draw, but Zack did have the 3 of hearts.
Yeah.
So he's gonna bet and take it down.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a call.
Now, what's the dealer's name? Who do we have dealing tonight?
This is Minnesota Mike. I've trained a lot, like almost my entire staff has had a chance at this, but Minnesota Mike and Jackie really have
They're
taken
your rock stars.
and they've been doing it more often, and repetition and doing it more often, they've just become really good at it.
Yep.
And it started the first couple of times where they would come in on their days off to stream so that I wouldn't interrupt the room with these guys.
Yep.
I wouldn't take dealers away from the room and mess them up. So they would
Right.
come in on their days off. And so it's just seemed that every time we had a stream that they've been doing it, and they do a great job. So if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Oh yeah. Well, at the end of the day, this is a cash game, just like they'd be rotating through any other one and getting tips, and so it's just a little bit of an extra feather in their cap for the resume.
Yeah.
And they have live streams.
The other thing, that can be a positive or a negative depending on your outlook is they don't get breaks. So when the other dealers are doing like 3 balls or up downs or whatever they're doing
You
in the
got to be a
outside
grinder.
room, they're
Jonathan's just going to flop Jin here, and
Appreciate it.
so we'll see if anybody. Mac's going to float a little bit here.
yeah, he needs a
Oh,
gut
he
shot.
even raised him. Mac making a move at the wrong time here on this one.
Oh, against the same guy. Jonathan had
Did they
Kings
butt heads earlier?
here, and that's Jonathan's whole stack came from Mac.
Oh no.
My kicker coming in there with bottom pair. My
Bottom
kicker,
pair?
the 2 seat and the 5 seat with those made up names are new players to me. I don't know them. They came in late. They came in as alternates. A couple of people didn't show up, and
So they're just giving it a shot. Well, they've got some. My kicker's got some ulterior. Jonathan's going to go ahead and make a move here and repop it, and that's going to run Mac off.
yeah, Mac, just kidding. And
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah. Jonathan
I
just
was doing.
making the diamonds pay for it there. I don't hate it. He made a little extra courtesy of Mac there on
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, he's going to deny some equity against somebody who has a set or 2 diamonds. I don't
Nothing
hate that at
wrong
all.
with that. And do any of our graphics still show where the knit button is or the knit buttons are by chance?
It does when the action's on them. It'll show a little man next to their name if they still have their button. I
Cool.
don't have that available to me right now. It's something I'm working on with the software developer so that as a commentator I can click on these different things. Right now it's just showing me random stats, went to showdown,
Yeah.
raised first in. The software that you use and that we use in all the other clubs,
Mhm.
the commentators have the ability to control that. This is new software from a different different vendor, for lack of a better word.
Well, I'm going to
he's-
get you in West Texas. You're gonna help me fine tune that Midland Kojak's live stream,
I'll do it.
because me and Charlie are chomping at the bit to start having some really good production there, and we're 90% there. We're 90% there.
Excellent.
Chrissy's going to have pocket 2. He's going to raise it up. Sewell with an overpair. Anybody else going to come along? My kicker's still floating around. He's got some loose chips in these last couple of hands. I like it.
He makes it fun to watch. Oh,
Absolutely.
and when you're up against deuce and 6-6, it's good to have a jack tray
Yeah.
on a queen jack 5 board. Now, if he called with 3rd pair, he's definitely calling with 3rd pair.
And Sewell's a non-believer here. He's going to float one more turn card, it looks like. Crissy with the C bet there. And kicker, yep. Middle
Quick
pair is
call.
good enough for him.
Love it.
Right in the middle.
But give me a water.
Nothing yet for anybody. Let's see if Crissy stays on the gas this hand. Nope,
No,
she's going to back down.
She's going to give up. When 2 people call you, you got to give up.
It's hard, yeah. It's going to check all the way around, too. And
Another jack. All right,
Yep.
gotta make it easy for my kicker to win this hand.
Yep. He's
Oh,
gonna
he-
check it. He's gonna check it and flow too. I like it.
In the
See if
hopes
Crissy
somebody-
wants to stop and go here, and she does take the bait, Derek.
Oh, a big one, 115.
Yeah.
The flush
Woof.
comes in. Is Mike really thinking about this with 2 6s? He's right. Crissy doesn't have it.
Yeah, but with 2 people in the hand and somebody still act behind you, it's kind of rough.
For him to even think about this is pretty amazing.
Well, he might have
doesn't
seen how much
know.
action my kickers had.
Snap
Yeah,
call from my
Yeah,
kicker.
he
and
didn't even-
showed the
yeah,
jack.
he immediately. I don't even think he looked at her hand. He grabbed his nip
No, he
button.
didn't care. He's just like, here you go, I beat you.
He knew. He knew.
That's why. That's why. It's not like that blood, eh?
Mac, you want anything to drink?
Hey, why I'm
Coke?
sitting
Regular Coke?
live.
That's not bad from Crissy. Good effort. Good follow up. Trying to see bet on her deuces.
Yeah, and it might have worked if it had not been a jack on the river.
You did at my house.
You know, $100
Oh
bet.
yeah, for
Might
sure.
get the whole second pair.
Coming over.
So I really, can't hate it. She knows she can't win without betting. She has the heart for sure. Are you at home? What do I see in the
I am.
background?
I'm at home.
Beautiful.
And no, that's not the background. I have a green screen.
Oh, I was like, dude, what is that? A pool in the back? What do you got going on?
You think I'd have time to talk to you if I had a house that looked like that?
I mean,
I wouldn't talk to anybody.
stuff to do. That's funny.
No, I've got live stream set up here at the house and do a lot of production video and stuff like that.
All right, we need to get a live stream in here. I've got my Monte Carlo board in the background, just so people can't see the office.
That's smart. I think we both heard about some boxes last time.
Well, we have a shipment of boxes came in, and they were in various stages of unpackedness.
Trust me, I understand. Zack here with some pseudo connectors. Unfortunately, is counterfeit 2 spots, so diamonds are going to be rare on this hand.
gonna
But
be
if
rough.
we get some, we could have some fireworks.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good
And Minnesota puts 1 out there, so we got some gut shots, bottom pairs, top pairs with a decent
Top
kicking.
pair, yeah.
And Doc's, I remember him from the last live stream. He's no stranger to betting.
No,
So
he was the first person on the list for this live stream when I announced that because I'm going to Austin tomorrow. I didn't know if I was going to leave Tuesday or when I was going to leave, and we decided Friday that I was going to leave Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I would stream today. But so I said I would stream today, and he immediately called in and put his name on the list, first one. So he's excited to play.
good.
General in the chat says, "Hey cameraman, put the focus on Zack." These cameras are auto tracked on whoever the action is on. It will automatically go to that person. Blur that Cowboys logo up in you like a bone, says. Up in you like a bone. Where do they come up with these names? Broke Gambler says, "Why is everybody on Zack? Because Zack is the best. Zack is a GOAT. He's
Zack's
our
got the
American
fans.
brother." Yeah, Zack's got the fans.
After 3 months, it's $1.50 rate. After 3 months.
So I keep meaning to try to see who still has the knit button here, because once you start getting
Oh,
down to the end, then you start really having some dynamic changes.
Mac has it. My kicker, Doc, and Jonathan do not have it. You see that little man in front of the word Mac?
There it is. You're right. I see it now. Fantastic. Okay.
And Crissy doesn't have it. So nobody now has the nip button. None of these 3 players.
That's in the hand. Yep. I see it now.
Oh. They asked, "Why is everybody rooting for Zack?" And General says he sends feet pics.
Well, whatever works.
All right. I didn't get any feet pics. I mean, I don't know. Doc's got the better kicker.
Yeah, we got some kicker battles here with my kicker.
Open-ender. I'd rather have my kicker's hand, honestly.
Oh, for sure.
Open-ended with the top pair.
And Doc, I remember, doesn't like folding. I bet he,
No.
yeah. In fact, he's gonna raise it here.
Yeah, he's got a three
And
bet it. Jonathan leads out. My kicker raises and Doc
yeah,
re-raises.
do you see
He's
that
not gonna-
little
Yeah,
my kicker with that little shift in his seat there? That was
little,
probably unexpected.
yeah, he's like, wow, I'm the one raising here.
Yeah, he's coming along though. I can already tell the dynamic between these
got
two is pretty real. Wow, he got there. Can Doc see that that could be a danger card? Will
I don't
he
think
go
Doc
ahead and
cares.
pot control and check back?
175.
Doc's aggressive. Don't get me wrong, but he's
75.
yeah. And now does kicker pull the trigger here, or does he not want to play his hand face up yet?
I would, you might want to deny some equity against a flush draw.
Oh, he ripped it.
Yeah, he's just gonna say
Yeah.
all in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think he took your line of thinking there. Oh, he just shows the 6, and it's a club. I think that's
Yeah, he did not have
yeah.
to show it since he had already gotten rid
No,
of the button.
he didn't really have a good card to show at all.
I love it.
And
That's
kicker's
great.
got a 92% VPIP out of 12 hands.
He's only been here half the stream. He came in late. My kicker and the crazy
The other name,
yeah.
or non-name
other name.
rather.
That's why I don't put big long names. That too crazy in the 2
Yeah.
seat. They've only been here for 12 hands.
So, chat, what would you want your name to be when you're on the Poker House Fort Worth live stream playing? What do you want us to have to call out here?
So,
Looks like we have some $5 straddling going on.
Okay, after this hand, I need you to explain the double bag bonus.
The double bag bonus, that is
200,000.
easily done, my friend.
All right, perfect. Because I tried to do it and I'm pretty sure I messed it up. I'll quickly tell you what I said. You combine your first 2 bags.
Mm-hmm.
Your third bag is worth $750.
Mm-hmm.
Your fourth bag is worth $1,250 for a total of $2,000.
Correct.
Oh, I got it right?
You got it right. You got it right.
I gave a disclaimer that I'm probably wrong. Wow, checks around. Both players with
And who's
ace.
got the heart?
The ace 4, a 4 of hearts cannot be.
Larry's got the only one, and he's going to act like it too.
Now, Chrissy's got the 4 of hearts, but that's behind Larry with the 5 of hearts. Why? Oh, you know why they can chop it? Because they both have hearts that won't play if a 7, 9, or.
Not anymore though. But yeah, I think Crissy was somewhat blinded by her ace in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna go check. Crissy can fire, but I think she has enough showdown value that she thinks she's just gonna win. Very small pot. Very small pot. Yes, napalm.net. Go ahead and send alcohol to the tables to have it go off the rails. Yes, I would love that. I love that idea.
The players would appreciate it as well. But yeah, the double bag bonus, it's actually a triple bag bonus because you combine your first 2 bags.
Right.
So, but what's neat about the bag bonuses for the 200K is we do something that no other tournament does. You enter the tournament for $360, and you can re-enter the tournament for only $180. But that 180 is for any flight at all. So you only pay the 360 one time, and then you can play any location, and then you can play any flight, additional flight after that one, in any location for only $180. So you actually have a discounted rate to not only try to get that second bag, so you can combine it to go to day 2 with a good chip stack, but to get that triple, quadruple bag bonus. That's it's a pretty neat deal that we're doing.
I think it's the first when I first met him. I asked him, "Where'd you get that at?"
A lot of rags going to the flop. Of course, it's just limp $2 pot, so as expected. And did anybody have a 6? Got that too crazy with a jack.
Bud Brown, you should be here.
Doc's going to see if his king can wake up with a heart on the river.
I just texted the address for those of you asking for it. It's 1055 Southwest Wilshire Boulevard in Burleson, Texas. And that too crazy.
Yep, he's going to bet out and nobody's going to call him here. And he's proud of getting rid of the knit button. So we can't have too many left.
Mike, Mac lost a standing game, as you just said that
Oh,
we don't.
there it is. Yep, there it is.
It says -40. It's actually -50. So he throws $50 into the pot. The dealer immediately gets one as gratuity, and the other 25 is a splash pot.
Love it. Love it.
The funny thing is, the very first knit game we played, Zack lost the knit game, but then he flopped 3 10s the next hand and won his money back.
I got his money back.
General digging the needle. He says, Zack wants some food. Send him pizza. Look at his belly.
And this is, you said Jackie? What would you?
Zack?
The dealer that came in.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. This is Jackie. I love that hand tattoo she's got.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And they are 90 minutes into the stream, so they're going to swap. This is a 3-hour stream, so halfway through, they're going to swap dealers and send some marijuana to me. Is marijuana legal in Texas? I don't partake, so I don't even know the laws.
Zack with the real hand, going to bump it up to 15. It looks like a couple players taking this opportunity to grab themselves a drink to wash down the pizza. It looks like everybody's enjoying at the table.
Yeah, that's nice.
Did you try those Philly cheesesteaks? So you're on dessert.
Yeah, they were talking about Whataburger or DoorDash earlier, and then somebody ordered a pizza.
I have not had dinner yet, so I would be down for either.
Have you been to the Fort Worth location?
No, and I have not. I've been sticking to the West Texas rooms so far, but I'll be coming there pretty soon.
Yeah, right across the parking lot there is a Chinese restaurant that's got a really good buffet.
Good.
And the takeout they charge by the pound, and it cost me like $10.
That would cost me like 30 then probably. I ate like a horse, I'm not gonna lie.
Up and you like a bone says close up on Jackie, please. I don't disagree. She's a lovely lady.
Yeah, I believe Zack is up general a little bit.
Yep.
Last I looked. So did they start the knit game back over? I don't see any buttons. Looks like they're going to take a break for a little bit.
Not sure. I think they might take the break for just a little bit.
My kicker with a pretty little hand, raised it up to 10. Matt going to come along.
What's that?
Well, let's see. Dat Too Crazy is going to defend his small, and so will Larry in the big. A lot of connecting cards here, but nothing really shared. And who's going to represent the ace first?
I think my kicker should have c-bet that.
He's the one that raised it to 10.
Yeah.
You know, it was a little teaser pre-flop. He could have definitely.
He could have definitely continuation.
Yeah. Now Mac doesn't like folding, so he might have called him with his mid pair anyway. But I wouldn't have minded to see a c-bet on that one there. Yeah, my kicker's definitely caught up, or trying to catch up to the other players with his VPIP and his RFI.
Yep.
Only having half the hands the other ones had.
Max 3% in 29 hands. He does not like raising. He likes
We
check.
watched that man limp with aces and kings, so
Yep.
don't get me started on
He,
that.
he likes
he
to
is
raise.
he is the limp raise king.
Yep. So the raise first in is only 3%. I think he's done it once.
Jonathan with a little tickler with
There we
the
go.
bullets. Not going to run anybody out. He's going to try to just get some action.
Oh, you know
And-
what? Mac had 7-10 and flopped at 10 when Jonathan had kings.
Oh, is that what it was?
They're going to tangle again.
Now we got 7-10 versus aces. See if we get a 10 high flop here. No, it's going to be all hearts.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to put a dampener on the action, but
Well, Jonathan's got the nut kicker.
yeah,
The high
but
flush draw.
nobody, unfortunately, no one else has the king, so, or even a queen to, well, Larry does. Larry may peel just to say, do you really have 113 to 1 odds flop flush? And he did fold it, yeah.
He let it go.
Yep, just a little killer there. But I picked up a little bit pre-flop. Got several callers, 15.
Make sure my kicker gets ginger ale on the delivery. Who is Renee? Renee Fitz, Avon representative. Go Zack. I don't know. I know several Renees, but none that are Avon representative. Interesting.
So Jonathan still seems to be pretty well up. We've got a lot of players that didn't quite get their totals put in, so it's kind of hard to tell.
My kicker's up 400, 900 because he started with 500. Jonathan is up almost 700, most of that via Mac, who's down almost 600. Mike Sewell down $1.
$1. It's a great
He's in
place
the
to
red
be.
by $1. Now, Mike Sewell, if you didn't see that hand from Friday,
Oh, which one? Which one? Remind me. I know I watched it. It
Jack
was the
ace jack with a jack on the flop, king on the turn, and Mike hits a
yeah,
ace on
and
the
then
river.
he came back on top on the river. I did see that hand.
Yeah,
That was
that
even
was
more gross than what we had.
pretty sick. He cashed out for 2,500 up, in for 15, out for 4,000.
Yeah, Gator was in the booth
Yes,
that
yes.
night, wasn't he?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, we have a little bit of
Absolutely.
raise here from Sewell getting
No.
a little feisty. Larry's going to defend with his king 6.
Likes those suited cards. We got that flush frenzy. Are you playing that over there?
We did. We still have it going for the month of February. It just got hit last Friday.
Oh, how much was it?
Well, this is small West Texas poker room. It was only $1,400.
Oh,
Ours only goes up $100 a day.
No,
But
ours $100. We're at 2,500 right now.
okay, yeah, it was $1,400, and we went to a really great guy named Russ,
That's great.
one of our regulars, and he put in a lot of hours to hit it. He hit 3 fairly early, and really sat there trying to get that fourth, and finally did it. Probably about
Nice.
as late as I've ever seen him play.
What's your cutoff? Is it midnight?
No,
Or
it's
o'clock?
open to close.
Oh, you don't. Okay, so you
No,
don't have a
ours-
cutoff.
Nope, ours is open to close, and
When do you close?
2 a.m.
Okay.
You run way more hours than I do
Okay.
in San Angelo. Now in Midland, I block it off because they play pretty late there. But in San Angelo, we close at 2 during the week and 4 on the weekend.
Got it. So if people are still there, do you kick them out or do you just let them finish? Because we don't have an end time. You know,
Yeah,
if there's people here, we're gonna stay.
I know it sounds funny to say, but 5 years ago when I started up, we've kind of had it this way, and so it's almost ingrained in the culture now. Now we do go past 2 on occasion if something crazy is going on, if there's a crazy game going on, but for the most part, it's just sort of ingrained, and the
And they're
players
just
know
used
that
to
it's time to
bar
go.
clothes.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, it's we have a lot more wrecks than we do
Right.
DJs. So it's more recreational players, and so
Right.
they know that when we do that last call at 1 o'clock for poker,
Oh, you
uh,
give them an hour
well,
last call.
yeah, we let them know one more hour of poker, and don't get me wrong, we've gone past two several times over the years, but um, 9 times out of 10, it's just sort of ingrained in the culture.
Right. Yeah, it's several times we open at 9 a.m. and we've had games here when they come to open, we're still playing.
Oh yeah, I remember those days in Dallas.
Those, yeah, Dallas eventually was 24/7. It never went dark,
Yeah,
and that's what we're hoping to build up again.
yeah, it was. It's there for a lot of those poker players, but in some of the smaller markets, it's more social than it
Yeah,
is true money
yeah,
grinding.
yeah. Especially if you've got the same 6 guys there, and then a couple of visitors coming in.
Can I get a beer? Can I get a same?
My kicker with Queen, got to make it $25 to go. Doc's going to call with the Kojak. King Jack. Daniel Negreanu calls that the rookie hand because it looks so good, but it's really not beating anything.
King
coming in
Queen
with
and King Jack are just some of my most scared hands. I'm not gonna lie. I play those hands very very carefully.
That being said, my kicker probably thought he was doing something special, making it 25. Actually,
he got
25, and he got called with Queen. Man, that's the time you got a 3-bet.
well, and I guess if
Yeah,
if you're gonna play Queen's Week, this is the flop you're looking for. I hope there's people
except for Mac
drawing.
got middle pair, open ender.
Yeah, Mac's not going anywhere. Larry could peel. Larry's got a lot of good turn cards that could help him out.
He's got backdoor nut flush. He's got the gut shot straight for the
Yeah,
nut.
there's a lot of good turn cards for Larry.
He's gonna bet 70, I think. 80. Okay, he bet 80.
And for a guy that just called the 25, that's pretty big alarm bells.
It really is. Half pot bet. I like the bet though. I mean, I don't like the limp pre-flop, but it's gonna work out for him.
Yeah,
Unless
Mac may get sticky here. He does get sticky.
Oh, he's for sure gonna get sticky. He's got too many outs: a 4, a 6, a 7, a 9.
Yeah.
The 6 doesn't help. It's a better straight, but Larry's gonna let it go right now. He's not calling with the gut shot and one over.
Yeah, there's
Mac just went from a 38% to a 51% with all those guys folding.
yeah, and
He's actually a favorite.
Unfortunately for Mac, any card that improves his hand here is going to be pretty much face up.
Yeah.
You already bird one, Jackie.
No,
There you go. Good catch, dealer. Now let's see what kind of price kicker puts on it this time.
There's 300 in the pot. He's only got 300 behind.
Nah, he's got more than that.
Mac's only got 300 behind.
Oh, Mac does? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, and Mac's going to miss, but that's still a semi-scare card for kicker.
Mac's got a stack of greens that he added on without telling Jackie, so he's got about 500 behind.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen Mac just rip about 500 on that river.
Yeah, that would have been
blender for kicker.
Yeah, I mean, my kicker just throws up, right?
Yeah. It's gonna bet. Whoa! Mac's looking him up.
He snap calls.
Oh, Mac.
Now, the stack size are going to be off because the computer only gave him the 300 that they thought he had when he's actually received much more than that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, he might have just been somewhat pot committed at that point because he did have a pair with his open-ended.
So I'm just looking over here at the chat now. They if you guys aren't on YouTube, you're missing out on this chat. They said we're not going to let Zack play anymore after seeing all of his friends chatting about him. I missed it all. I was watching the hand go down. All right, this is hand 34.
We had a $500 buy-in Big O tournament on Friday here at Midland.
Now, what do you call Big O?
It's Big O, yeah.
Like 5 cards high?
High low. It's
Low.
probably what you know as Congress.
Okay, that's why I asked, because some people call Big O high and they call 5 card 08 Congress, whatever. So I always ask what they're talking about.
And interestingly enough, the WSOP used to call it Congress, and as of this year, they did away with the word Congress.
Really?
Now it's just Big O. So
Okay.
Texas has not only impacted Vegas for the name Congress versus Big O, but I don't know if you saw or any of our viewers noticed, event number 41 at the WSOP this year is a double board bomb pot bracelet event.
I did see that. Oh, that's going to be fun.
Mac is going to rip it at the wrong time here.
Yeah, again, Mac is going to rip $300 and my kicker is going to take the rest of it.
Yeah.
He's got, because Doc is not calling with a gut shot and Chrissy's not calling with an overcard, and my kicker is just going to win again.
No. He's gonna Hollywood here for a little bit because he's still got people to act behind him.
He's hoping Doc and Crissy come with him.
Yeah, he's got to act a little weak here. So for any of those watching that didn't understand why he was thinking about it, he really wasn't thinking about it.
No, that was all Hollywood.
Yeah, he was trying to string along some others, but that's gonna be it. I think Mac was drawn dead from the flop. So.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you could have got 9-10 for a
runner. He could have got runner straight.
Good day to be my kicker.
Yeah.
Now, when it shows his profit, take 500 off of that, because he.
That's what his buy-in was and didn't get in.
Yeah, that's what his buy-in was. So when it shows he's up, 2,500, he's only up 2,000.
Only.
Good times.
Well, Mac's gonna reload, I would assume.
Yeah, for sure. He loves playing on the stream. Little secret about Mac, he does all right outside of poker.
Looking at him, I wouldn't think anything else different.
So he loves the game. He loves to play.
I think he looks like a guy that could play 1-2 or 5-10. Doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, doesn't much matter. He just loves the game.
A lot more limping around here.
Yeah, it's funny how it ebbs and flows. Like, it'll be really aggressive for a little bit, and then they'll all relax a little bit, and they'll start limping it again. And then somebody will get a good hand, they'll start raising it again.
Oh yeah, now when they talk about getting a poker game out of the weeds, that's when those straddles start and all that kind of jazz. So it definitely just takes one big hand to loosen things up, or one big bluff sometimes. We've got Crissy flopping the top pair and Sewell getting him 2 pair.
35.
Yep, bottom
And
2.
Doc's going to lead out here with the middle pair. Crissy snap calls. Gut shot goes in the muck.
Can it come in with the check raise?
I don't know.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty strong for this board.
No,
he didn't. Yeah.
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to check raise that.
I don't hate it. That's a pretty. I mean,
No.
you're dodging a lot of queen jacks, jack tens, 7-10s, but there's no reason to quite
Now there's
yank on
one
the
board
fish
in
that
the.
hard.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and lead out.
Yeah, I don't. Boy, I would have liked to have seen him check it to Crissy and see what she would have fired. I think he might have just lost the
Yeah, he
rest
bet
of the pots
200.
here with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that because that deuce didn't change anything. So
it didn't. And Doc is not gonna call with. I paired my 9.
yeah, Chrissy's already over there laughing. Now Chrissy's got the ace of diamonds in her hand, so if these players are really thinking about it, Sewell could have ace x of diamonds in his hand, but Crissy has the blocker to that. So, but regardless, that's still too much of a red flag for her to probably continue with a 4 kicker.
Yeah.
2,200 and you only got 2,000 chips. I'm gonna fold.
Yep.
Yeah. Chrissy's just gonna have to nod and let this one go.
I bet you she shows the ace as she folds. Nope.
Yep, she almost did.
Bet you he shows the 8-9. Nope.
No,
Nobody's showing. All right.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Yeah. No. What other promotions are you running over there?
Uh,
Fun?
well, I'll tell you about that in just a second. I just want to shout out real quick, Broke Gambler Slots, saying Poker House Fort Worth has become one of my favorite rooms to play in. So we appreciate that, Broke Gambler. At Poker House Fort Worth in Burleson, Texas, all the new stuff that we've got going, and all the promotions and the live streams, and hope everybody comes and checks it out and participates. And you too can be on the live stream. You just got to
Absolutely.
talk to this guy right here on the mic. His name's Eric. Tell him.
Yep, for sure. It'll be super fun. And we do affordable, fun $500 buy-in live streams.
Oh yeah, and that is fun. So if you think that you want to get on there and show your friends, say, hey, I'm gonna bluff these guys, tune in. We encourage it. But yeah, for the other rooms, we've got the Flush Frenzy going on. We've got, of course, we're doing some promotional tournaments leading up to the 200K for next month. But we're kind of just coasting along, getting ready for next month because it's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, March will be fun.
Yeah, Zack's going to be open-ended. Jonathan flopped better than the 4s, just barely. Mac is drawing pretty thin with 2 of the 4s.
Yeah, he needs
gone.
exactly a 9.
Well, Zach, if you go back and watch the live stream later, you'll see lots of your fans. So it's called for the 9, and there it is.
Oh, bink.
That'll give him the lead in the hand, and he's gonna be first to act. But he's never betting. He's not a.
Nope, he's a check raiser.
He's a checker.
Yeah, he's like,
Yep.
I check.
And Zach here. 1 card too late.
No, he's got a 3%
But
shot chopping
he's-
it with.
Yeah.
Oh no, he could hit a
He could hit a 6.
ace or a 6. Yeah, I'm wrong. Ace or a 6.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the 3% comes from, but
Ace or a 6. And he knows what's been folded.
oh, that's right. Miracle 6 for Zach and his fans, not this time.
Just
So-
the 9.
But luckily for Zach, Mac's not the aggressive type, so he will get to showdown here without having to call anything else down. Oh no, Jonathan's got some different ideas though. Jonathan's going to take a stab. I think he'll get snapped off, which he probably did by Mac immediately. Let's see if Zach a non-believer here. Zach is a non-believer in overflat. An overflat call.
He's like, is my 9 good?
Yeah.
Max just like, well, I mean, I got a 9. Is that any good here, guys?
Yeah. I mean,
They're like, how do you have
don't
a
get me
9?
wrong. Jonathan's bet there on the last act looked a little bit, I don't know, wishy-hopey. But when Matt calls, I don't know if I'm Zach. I don't know if I can make that call once Matt calls there.
No, it's really tough.
Everything beats you. But he had to give it a try. So Matt gets a little bit of those chips back that he gave over to my kicker. What's your next big tournament here in Fort Worth this week? You got anything going tomorrow or Friday?
We just run free rolls every day, twice a day.
There's nothing wrong with that if you're a player.
I hate it.
Oh, well, as a TD, you hate it. Sure,
Oh
as
my
a player, that sounds like a great deal.
I went to Austin for a week to get up their live stream. I came back and they had canceled every tournament we had on this calendar. And they said, hey, you know what? We get 5 tables for our free roll. Let's just run a free roll every day, twice a day, noon and 6:30.
I've been there.
And yeah, so and those have a Road to Vegas promotion. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
I am. Yep.
Where you get points just for showing up, and then you get 5,000 for first, 4,000, 3,000 for second, 2,000, 1,000, then 500 for fifth place, regardless of how many people are in there. And I got on Facebook Live a couple weeks ago, and I said, "Hey guys, it's a lot easier to get top 5 with 15 players in the afternoon than it is to get top 5 with 50 players in the evening." Our afternoons have overtaken our evenings.
I don't doubt it. I mean, that's not only you're getting points to win a seat into the main event in Las Vegas. That's right, a main event ticket in Las Vegas, but doing it in a free roll. So, yeah, I would be there too if I were a player.
And not only do you, like, a bunch of the guys that are in the top 10 on the leaderboard are in the chat. Not only do you compete for a seat, anybody who walks in, plays one free roll, and enters the tournament has a random drawing.
Yep.
Now, I predict 500 players are going to qualify for that tournament. I mean, we're in week 2 and we're already at 300. So I think we're going to get at least 200 more in the next, 16 weeks or whatever ridiculous amount of time we're running this thing. It's going to be huge.
Well, Doc's going to come along with his queen with the bad kicker, but he's sticky like that, and I don't blame him. We've got open-ended and Jonathan winning with the 10 kicker and the queen. That king may slow things down just a little bit here, but
not for Max.
Jonathan's going to keep up the pressure, and Mac's not going to go anywhere. He's still drawing to the nuts.
Yeah, Jonathan's not too terribly worried about a king because nobody called with "I just have a king," so I think he's okay. Yeah. 4 or a 9. Didn't get it.
Nope. That helps out with Jonathan's kicker. He got kept from having to split the pot with Doc since Doc got out. Doc's going to see the bad news that he could have got half that pot. Yep, there he's telling him right now, oh, we would have chopped that one.
Chop it up. Chop it up.
He's got a higher kicker than I have queen 7.
I'm telling him.
Broke Gambler Slots says he was out in 6th last night.
Oh, no.
You guys want to check out that the points page?
And Smokey reading everybody that you have to show up and register for the championship tournament and put your chips on the table to qualify for that drawing. So if you play in any of the free rolls or any of the tournaments for the next few months for this Road to Vegas promotion they're doing here in Fort Worth, keep up with your points and show up for that championship tournament and get in on that tournament. Because not only, like you said, is the winner of that tournament going to get a seat into the main event in Las Vegas, but they're going to do one random drawing that are going to go into a hopper. So anybody can win a $10,000 seat into the WSOP main event that they just announced. I don't remember the date, though, but they just gave out the schedule last week.
Yeah, with all the new stuff, the new fun stuff. So, Smokey, answer a question for us we had earlier in the chat. When are we doing the drawing? We're not going to do it right away. And I said I didn't know. I said I think we will wait until registration's over to give people time to late register. But then I thought maybe we haven't discussed this, but maybe they'll do it right away to try to encourage people to register on time. So I'm not sure when we're going to do the drawing. So that's something we're going to have to discuss and talk about.
Either way, you have to be in the tournament to qualify for that drawing. So you definitely want to be there. And since it's a $10,000 seat, you might as well be there in the beginning.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, just plan for it that day and just be there when that tournament starts. Be sure to get registered. Because like you said, you're probably gonna have a lot of people in that tournament,
It's going to be huge. It's going to
so
be
you want to
huge.
make sure that you lock up your seat.
Datu Crazy has top here. Napalm.net shipped us some beer. He said it's minutes away. How long is the delay? It's a 15-minute delay.
Yep.
Zack hits the Miracle 9. Zack, the fan favorite.
There is Zack taking a commanding lead in this hand to the fans in the chat of Zack. That Too Crazy going to need a king, and Jonathan could still hit a gut shot to ruin the party.
If he hits a 10, Zack's going to have a boat.
Oh, no, you're right. Oh, wow. I didn't even look at his kicker.
No, he got super lucky. A 10 didn't come out.
The spade does come in, so that may kill some of the action. But Zack's still going to pick up a couple $100 as long as he doesn't fold in this hand.
Jonathan's going to bluff at it when it checks to him. Oh, good check, Zack.
Yeah, well checked.
You're going to get an extra $160 because I don't think Dat Too Crazy is going to fold. He's
It's
not a
hard.
spades.
$80 into a $200, almost $300 pot.
Yeah,
You almost have to make a crying call, which he does.
Zack's going to
And
call.
Zack's,
160.
yeah, Zack's cutting out the chips, but yep, there it is. And so Zack's going to get a lot extra money there. There's Smokey with the 2 hours into the tournament when registration is over to give people time to show up due to maybe traffic, etc. If you aren't there before the end of registration, you forgot your chips and you didn't want a shot at a $10,000 seat into the World Series of Poker main event this summer. So,
Yep, 2 hours whenever registration's over. Yeah, probably 2 hours. Do you know what type of structure we're going to use? Is another question people have been asking. Because some people, after 2 weeks, have 20,000 chips already. Some people are going to have 250 chips if they come and play once. So are we going to start off at 100, 200 with a big blind Danny? Yeah. Forgot your chips, forfeit your chips. We knew what you meant.
Yeah. Well, the knit buttons are going back out. So here we go again on the knit game. I imagine the tournament's going to be pretty turbo-y. I mean,
for sure.
With that kind of with the number of people that it's going to need to accommodate for, and alternates and things like that. So, yeah.
I think we're going to lose half the field in the first hour.
Right. But you know,
stacked.
Don't let that dissuade you from coming, because like I said, just by being in the tournament, just being in the tournament is going to give you that shot at that mystery drawing for that $10,000 seat.
Okay,
yeah, everybody's going to have a shot, and whether you have, like you said, 200 chips or 20,000 in chips, it only takes a couple double ups if you don't have a whole lot.
Sure.
But especially since Fort Worth is letting you win chips during these free rolls, you should be stacking chips at no cost to these free rolls.
13 tournaments for 18 weeks. That's a lot of tournaments you can get chipped in.
Yep. Mac's going to fly up a flush draw here. Going to stick around. A lower flush draw from Dat Too Crazy. You could see some chips change hands here if a club does peel off. Zack has dreams of a gutter ball after picking up that extra pot last hand. $20 is nothing to the man. And just like that,
got the jack.
He knew. What do you think of that, Zack fans? Just call for the gutter ball and just bink it. Oh, don't bet it, Zack. Don't bet it. Oh, just check it one time. That's okay. That's okay. He's got to price in these clubs that are all over the place
Yeah,
here.
he's got to deny equity to these guys.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't hate it.
No,
Check raise would have been gangster.
But he's up against the two guys with like no aggression frequency. The club comes home.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's only got $75. That's all going Mac's way.
Golly, yep. And Mac's never gonna fold.
Nope.
That too crazy is gonna put in the last of his chips. Zack has to make a crying call, and Mac's gonna raise it to try to get Zack to
he's
commit
like,
some more
Mac,
side
put in
pot here.
Monster
$1,000.
Mac.
He's like, never mind.
Yeah.
Monster Mac.
It's the front door, Zack. It's the front door flush. Think about it, buddy. It's the front door flush. He's gonna have clubs here more often than not.
He's so annoyed that he had the nuts on the turn.
Yeah, he's showing his neighbor there. He said I even had blockers to the queen and it still got there.
Yep, 800 is just kind of a ridiculous amount to call.
Yeah, just be okay with the fact you'll only have to give up 65 on this river. It's the front door clubs. Mac's never bluffing here. I don't think Mac's bluffed since Reagan.
Yep.
Yeah, he lets it go. And that too crazy likes his hand, but it's not going to be good enough. Flush over flush is painful.
Yep. Now here's a situation we had last week. If you're playing the nit game and you bust, you still owe the nit bounty. Now,
Really? That's Max Payne, huh?
because you lose the nit game also. Now last week somebody didn't know that, they busted and left, and nobody said anything, and they just continued on, and then somebody else had to pay it. They did specify that when this game started, but Dat Too Crazy was not at the table.
Yeah. Well,
so he didn't
typically if you bust out, usually they don't behold you to anything. Now, if you buy back in, obviously you're still in it. But
still playing. I actually posted this on Facebook in one of my poker groups, and I said, "What do you guys think about this?" And 100, I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, this guy right now, he just busted out and leaves. What does he do? And 100% of the people said, "You definitely pay your bounty."
Oh, everybody likes Max Payne.
Yep.
So I don't doubt the general response to that, but I'm personally not going to make a guy say, "Hey, reach into your wallet, buddy. You owe me $50."
So how about this? Now, let's say it's down to 2 players, and the guy goes broke against you, and then leaves. Now you have to pay it.
No. Like I said, there are scenarios like that for sure, but the only time I've seen that happen, they just wiped the nit game away, and they didn't make the guy who won pay it. But again, it's not a super rare scenario, because I mean, it's obviously that you're going to get it all in against the last 2 people of the nit game, just because of the fact that you're both leveling each other to try to win the hand.
Exactly.
So it does happen, but at the end of the day, I'm just too friendly of a poker player. What can I say?
And I'm on your side. I'm thinking, like when we used to play the 7 deuce game, if you lost the 7 deuce, if you went bust to a guy that had 7 deuce, you don't have to pay him the $10 on top of
you've already given him whatever you gave him.
Broke Gambler Slots asks, when's the next $500 game? We are planning on, now our schedule is going to be topsy-turvy for a little bit, but it will be Sunday. It's the old Poker Joker. You can get on the alternate list from 4 to 8 p.m. If you want to play. After that, I'm not sure, because we're doing some other stuff in Austin and some other stuff. So I'm not sure when it's going to be, but it's for sure we're going to do it Sunday if you want to get on that list. To be an alternate, just be in the room, because I do have a full table. But I do like these $500 games. Lots of action, lots of fun. I'm gonna go check and see if any of that those deliveries showed up. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Sewell getting creative with the Queen 4 offsuit here, raising it up to 15. And just like most 1-2, 1-3 games in Texas, everyone calls. So kicker with the best of it with a pocket pair, trying to dodge a lot of stuff. One of his threes is already gone. And a raggedy board that is have Jonathan ahead, and he's going to go ahead and stab here with middle pair, ace kicker maybe. No, he was adjusting his chips. I thought he might be betting, but it. Yeah, he is going to bet it out. I thought he was. And I don't know if he's going to have any customers at all. Not much out there. Kicker could be a disbeliever, but he's choosing not to. And that's going to be an easy pickup there for Jonathan on a pre-flopped raised hand. And losing the knit button. If he showed his cards. I didn't ask Eric, but it looks like there's 2 knit buttons gone. So you have to show your hand to get rid of that knit button, usually.
You do have to show your hand. And another twist, I don't know if you have this twist. Let's say you and I are playing, and you win a hand, and you're about to muck, and I go, Reese, show your cards. Now, they're not going to penalize you because you might have remembered and shown it, but they also don't think that's fair for me to tell you. So what happens is I inherit your knit button.
I like that.
Now I have 2 knit buttons.
I like that a lot, actually.
I because that will keep people, because I mean that's part of the game. Like, don't tell people like let's say you're my friend and you're up against Doc or Jonathan or whatever, and you're down to the 3 of you, and I warn you. Well, that's not fair to Jock and Jonathan, you know. So
no, absolutely. So I like that a lot. I believe the only time I've ever seen it is if somebody else reminds you, it doesn't count anymore. And so the running joke was immediately when they win the hand, say, "Hey, turn it over," and it's like, no. So, but I like that.
You know, because you might be going to muck and then flip it over before you actually release your cards, and so if somebody warns you, it's like, well, I don't get penalized because I was gonna show you. You just said something.
Yep. Here's 2 big hands that Doc's gonna get out flopped on, unfortunately, and Zach's just gonna rip it in his face.
Yeah, Zach just lets him off the hook
right here.
Doc bet 125, and Zach says all of it.
Yeah.
If you have an ace, I'm gonna get all your chips.
And it really looks like a stack of black chips there in front of Doc. So I think he has more than just 137, considering he bet 135.
If they don't tell the dealer I'm adding on, then our graphics are going to be off. And a lot of
yeah, no, it happens a lot.
You know,
it definitely happens. But yeah, Zach letting Doc off the hook there. Doc's one of those guys that when he loads one cannon, he's going to fire 3 of them usually. So
for sure.
Zach may not know that about the Doc.
So, quick update. So I went outside to see if the deliveries had gotten here, and napalm.net, the staff wants to thank you for the McDonald's, and they sent the beer away because they did not know what it was for, and they went,
oh, no,
that's not us. And
oh no,
like, you got to tell us. And I was like, I mean, what am I, you know? Oh man. So I do appreciate it, and they love they're eating all the hamburgers right now, all of the McDonald's, but somebody showed up with beer and they said nope.
Well,
So
I kind of understand that.
I do appreciate the gesture. Thank you so much.
Sewell getting a little bit bored here and raising up the 10-9 offsuit to 25. Don't blame him. Sometimes you have to make something happen whenever the cards aren't helping you out. Crissy with a real pretty hand coming in.
Who sends beer anyway? Your wife's boyfriend asks.
Yeah, who sends beer away?
Who sends beer away? That makes more sense. Who sends beer away? Yeah, I know. I thought he said who sends beer anyway. Who sends beer away? I know, right?
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, staff meeting on that one.
I know. If somebody drops off beer, you say yes.
Is Vitz paid for?
Yeah. Little Ghostbuster joke there. More importantly, my kicker needed the Canada Dry Ginger Ale.
Well, check with your app. Hopefully it got refunded.
Tip the delivery guy anyway. It's not his fault. Tell the delivery guy to come in here. Yes, they will now. If you have him resend it, and tell the delivery guy I will give him a daily pass and a free hour for his inconvenience. Perfect. I love it. Thank you. Napalm.net says I always tip. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna text my staff and say
because we've got about an hour left on the stream, so he'll get that ginger ale for sure.
Get one of those Red Bulls from you, please. Thank you so much. How you doing?
So a raise from Crissy to 35, trying to get back that quarter she lost in the last pot with that Queen Jack suited. Sewell's going to come along with the King Queen off, and Jonathan's going to defend his $2. No, he's not either. He just exchanged it off. Don't blame him. I'd say that's you can let $2 go with that hand. So two good hands going to a missed flop, but Crissy here has the range to represent the ace, and Sewell doesn't really have much to come along with this one, but might have some nefarious ideas here to try to steal it away on a later street, and does make the call, floating with the King Queen, maybe putting Crissy on a pocket pair, and he can represent the ace. Let's see if Crissy continues here. She does for, looks like 105. Yeah, he's going to let that one go. Well done by Crissy to keep up the aggression and keep the pedal on the floor there for that one.
yeah, I like Chrissy's play.
You're welcome, Crissy. All right, what's our large stack?
And she gets rid of her knit button.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna add one. Okay, Jack. Yeah. It's over two. Okay, thanks.
I like this comment. I'm gonna throw that up on the screen. Your wife's boyfriend, who sends beer away?
Mark that one down in the staff meeting.
I love it. I just snapped a picture. I'm gonna send that to the shift manager.
The person who did it. Mike Sewell trying to get in here with the King Jack offsuit. See if he has any takers here for $20 pre-flop. A lot of rags coming around. Mac has the hand. The old Alex Wolfgang 7-7. I'm sure that he's going to see a flop with this. He's looking at it like he's going to raise. He just ripped it in. Okay, what is going on, Eric? What? Who is in seat 9? That is not Mac.
Mac just it's not like he's trying to get rid of the knit button because
you're right. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's the knit button. Okay, logical explanation. I'll accept it.
No, I said it's not that because he's already gotten rid of it.
Oh, he has. Oh, well, then never mind. Who's this
Neither
guy
Mike-
in the 9 seat?
Yeah.
Does,
And Mike's
does,
like, "What are you thinking about? You got
Does-
Jack King."
did Sewell make this man angry?
Oh, wait a second. Okay. Oh, it's 1,300 to call because he's only got 1,300. I was like, did he bet 400 and that's why it's 1,300 to call?
Well, he thought about it for a while. I wonder if we had a misread there on the cards.
No, it was he showed Jack King.
He did show Jack King. Okay, I didn't know if it was Jack's or not.
No, he's calling with Jacks.
Yeah,
You know what?
I don't know if I called Mac with Jack's. I'm not,
I don't know if I do actually. Now that I think about it,
I know. I've sat here for 2 hours building up that big stack, and I'm not going to give it to pocket aces in the 9 seat that he's supposed to have there every time. That's funny. Somebody must have told Mac when he walked over to get a drink, saying, "Man, they're making fun of you for your pre-flop calling and limping."
I'll show you passive play.
No one is making fun of Mac for his play. I love it.
I love Mac.
Zach with a real hand. Ace Queen suited raised it up to 20. The game has reached that uptick, just like we were talking about. A lot of limping, and now we've seen the last 3 hands 20 to 25 pre-flop. The wave is at the top now. Jonathan wants a piece with Ace 8 offsuit.
Yep.
Mac, who hates folding, comes along.
You might think we're playing a variant of high-low.
That too crazy, losing one of his outs to Mac. And Zach is going to flop the world. Let's see how aggressive he gets. We know how he likes to bet pretty heavily to push out any drawing, but
This is fun because Doc has the best hand with top pair, and Zach has 67% equity with 2 overcards, a straight draw, and a flush draw, and a royal flush draw.
yeah. The only thing better would be Queen King of Hearts. So Zach bet and was raised by Doc, and Zach's just gonna call.
Yep, Zach leads for 20. Doc makes it 70. Misses everything.
That's a pretty safe card for Doc to continue. He's gonna make it 200. He's gonna put Zach to the test here.
That's a really good bet. I can't fold.
No, and Zach didn't. Zach did not just snap call.
Oh man, he's got too many outs.
Yeah. He's ace, a queen, an ace or a heart, and he gets the royal on live stream. There you go. There, that is for all his fans in chat.
Okay, so the graphic is wrong. It thinks Doc is out of money. Oh, good check, Zach.
Good check, Zach. And
let's get a look at Zach's.
Yep, he all in a call.
Oh, he's gonna roll him.
And let him announce it, ladies and gentlemen. He just did.
He's like, count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600.
Fantastic job, Zach.
Wow.
Can I take a quick picture of that?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's on the stream, brother.
Yeah, go get your phone and take a picture. Absolutely,
Wow.
Zach.
Yeah, they did not get Doc when he added on, but I think he added on like $1,000. So
Oof.
this
He's gonna
where
get maximum
he won
payment here.
198, he won closer to 1,200.
Well done. Well done. Take your photo, bud.
One,
Is that the first Royal on the Poker House Fort Worth live stream?
I think so. I think we had a straight flush, but this is our first royal in 3 months.
Well, I had 2 pair and
Well, there you go, fans of Zach getting a well paid off, which is hard to do with a Royal. It's hard to get paid off with a Royal, but
Checks it. Yeah, like I
Max,
said, the graphic is wrong. He had at least $1,000 behind.
yeah,
and-
there's he got max double up there.
Yeah,
So
that's huge. They're gonna have to recount the chip stacks real quick. But
He's
he's
going
got
to give Jackie there $50 for your help,
Little
madam. Thank you for the
$80.
perfect river to get paid.
So yeah, all he needs is spade to cross
Probably
out.
gonna have.
I was just saying, man, that's so many outs. But what happens when you go brick and you have ace high?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
nails it. Wow.
Giving you money.
The royal flush with the maximum payoff. Tough to do. Tough to do. Good job, Zach.
A white hit a straight. So
The fan favorite gets paid.
And then he gets 7 deuce the next hand. That's just the universe telling you, hey, man, you have to stack these newfound chips.
Settle
Fold.
down, stack these chips. Yeah, he's got a ton of red chips. He's got to stack up and a nice little stack of blacks. Doc bought him for another 1,100.
Yeah, so I'd say Doc's is at 2 pair. That's the only river I think that he really gets paid on
Yeah.
is a king.
Yep. Exactly.
Crissy gonna have the ace queen this time of the offsuit variety. Gonna get called by Mac. Sneaky little 6-5.
This game got big for a $500 buy-in for a 1-2 game. Welcome to Texas.
Yeah. Where the stacks, the pre-flop doesn't matter, and the blinds are a suggestion.
The first time I ever hit it was at 1 star. I won $12 because
And middle pair is good enough to call
I went to the
for
retail
Mac.
check to the
Yep.
Unfortunately,
Hard to make
Crissy
a
has
pair.
the goods. Oh, that's a great card for Crissy because that's going to be less prone for her to have one now, and Mac may get more sticky.
Actually, Mac has outs now. He didn't have any outs because the 5s and 6s were all folded.
That's true.
But now he has a bunch of outs. I think he went from like 5% to 18%. 125. What a big bet with.
And just needed a heart there. And Chrissy's
You're right.
going to check it to him. Does Mac stand? No,
No,
he's going to surrender.
He's going to check behind. He's got showdown value. Your
Yeah.
wife's boyfriend says, "Forget the beer. Somebody send Doc some whiskey."
Yeah, yeah. Make sure that Kicker in the 5 seat gets his ginger ale, and Doc gets a beer for sure.
Shots, shots, shots.
I know that's the first Royal that I've commentated. I can say that if it hasn't been the first one on the Poker House stream, but
That's the third one. No, the second one I've seen.
second one, yeah.
Yep. The other one was in Dallas, and that was really funny because I had the wife of one of the players just came to watch, didn't know anything about poker, and she's sitting in the commentary booth. I was like, it's much more fun to watch in here. So she was in the booth watching, and I was like explaining to her how the game works and blah blah blah. And then I got super excited, like I did just now, and she's like, "Oh, jeez." I was like, "Oh, that's the best hand ever!" And she's like, "Oh, wow!" You know, she just got excited because I was excited. You know,
That's too funny. Well, you've got you another clip for the social media.
yeah, for sure.
Getting a good one out of every stream.
Yeah,
Telling you.
they have good streams. They have good. All of these streams have a good hand that you can clip and share and encourage people to come play.
And Kicker's looking to dodge a jack here. It wouldn't be good for him if he hits one. Both players whiff, so let's see if Sewell continues the aggression here.
My kicker's open-ended. It's not
Yeah,
gonna.
he's not going to go anywhere. Rainbow board open-ended, especially with an extension to the jack if a 10 hits. And now he's opened up.
5, 9, or 10.
Yep.
I know, right, Judd? Judd says they sent beer away. Who would do that? 5, 9, or 10.
And he gets there. Just gets there.
This is a 7-card straight. I want this to be a promo. You know how hard it is to make a 7-card straight?
I fully agree.
He should get $100 right now.
School's going to lead out on this. 142 in the pot. If it's accurate, it looks like he's betting 50, 55.
Yeah.
And how much value does kicker go for here?
Uh,
Min click is just too strong. Anything
that-
strong.
He didn't bet 456. That's a typo on the action tracker.
Yeah, he bet 200. What it looked like, and Sewell immediately folded.
It said Mike bet 456.
Oh, did it? Yeah, no.
He probably fat fingered 55 and accidentally it said 456.
Yeah, it looked like 55
Yeah.
on camera here. Looking at the stream from Sweetwater, Texas, here in West Texas. My name is Reese. I am usually running around San Angelo. The River League is the name of the club there in San Angelo. Kojak's Poker Club in Midland. Celebrity Card Club in Odessa. And Eric, I'm going to have to come see you in Fort Worth. And you're definitely going to have to come check out some of the stuff we have going on here in West Texas.
Absolutely. We're opening a couple of clubs over on this side of the state. And as soon as we get stuff settled down and figured out and get that 200K in the books, I can do some traveling.
Yep. Well, I'll probably be seeing you before you start heading this way, because I'll
Definitely.
hopefully see you in Austin for the culmination of that $200,000 guarantee tournament. The final day 2 and final table live stream. I'm sure you and I, along with some guests, will be putting that on. Larry's going to raise it up. Haven't heard much out of Larry. Cards have not been very cooperative.
That's another thing I like to point out when people are looking at these stats. 3 hours, 50 hands, that's a very low sample of cards.
And I think he got rewarded for his patience. Flops trips.
Napalm.net says, nude beer delivery en route. 5 minutes. Don't send them away, please.
Lance on Facebook says, I'm in Fort Worth. Well, you are close to Poker House Fort Worth.
So check this hand out.
You could
Larry's
be
got
sitting
3
here.
jacks.
Yep.
And that too crazy has a flush draw.
Hey, buddy. You're at the house.
the rest of the thing.
No, I was dropping.
Call a little bit of bet there. Pot is a little over 100 now. Larry's going to protect his equity with a bet out of, looks like 60,
Yeah, that's a good bet.
65.
Snap called by a flush draw.
Yeah, this is the best hand that Too Crazy's had in a minute, so I don't blame him for getting sticky with it.
Feast.
Yeah, especially considering also with everything else, we have the flush frenzy going on.
Yeah. The flush frenzy. All 4 flushes in one session. I think, what is it, a 6-hour block or 5-hour block?
We do noon to 7.
Noon to 7-hour block, okay. And it sounds hard, but it gets hit. We've already had a few winners out of Fort Worth.
We're at $2,500 right now. I hit it in Austin, but I got my heart. I had the jack high flush and got beat by the ace high flush.
Oh no!
That was my 4th one that I was waiting on.
Oh no!
it was
I've
rough.
only seen that happen once. A guy made his final club flush, but he was beat by a full house. You have to win the hand with that flush, and if you get all 4 suits, I think you play both cards in your hand.
Yep, you have to play both cards, and both cards have to play. Like if you have the ace deuce and there's 4 cards on the board, and your
it
deuce
doesn't count.
play, it doesn't count.
So it's kind of like a bad beat. You have to play both cards in your hand. But if you can hit all 4 suits, and that one session, 7 hours, you get whatever the progressive jackpot is. And you said it's up to 2,300 right now.
We're at 25 right now. We had
$25
$100 every day, and Mac with 2 aces.
It called 2. Now that's the Mac we know and love.
That's the Mac. Now somebody's gonna make it 15, and he's gonna make it 50.
Is Crissy gonna take the bait? Nope. We're gonna see a flop. Ace is going 6 ways to a limp pot. Danger.
I think it's 7 actually. Yeah, there's 14 in the pot. There's 7 players here.
7 players.
So many players that one of them is overrolled off the screen.
Yeah. Mac Kicker got the flush draw.
Top pair, top kicker versus flush draw versus two aces.
Is Matt
Now-
going to pull the trigger? No, he's going to limp it along. He's going to limp it along. That
Jonathan,
too crazy. Does he float for a 7? No, lets it go. My kicker is definitely coming along. This is the best hand he's seen in about 20,
8
30
of
minutes.
clubs would be- 8 of clubs would be rough. Give him a straight flush.
Yeah, and then just a river club for Mac. Ship some more chips kickers way. That's
I
too
don't
much.
love
We've already seen it.
Call here.
Jonathan may just have devious intents,
Yep.
and he picked up some outs. He's now got a gutter ball.
8.
I think Mac's going to announce his presence here.
Yeah. He's like, all right, I'm done. There's 150 in the pot.
Yeah, that's what I'm betting. 125. Kicker's got to come along, doesn't he?
Yeah, I do. I've never folded a straight flush draw in my life.
Got a gutter ball to the nuts. You've got a flush draw that's just probably going to be good with Mac betting out like that anyway. Jonathan, are we misreading cards here, Eric, or is he?
That happens sometimes, and we'll never know.
No, he folded it.
Yeah.
I think he felt like I said, a little something devious was intended, but Mac put a dampener on that.
Yeah.
Crissy very smartly lets top pair go.
Oh, that's rough.
That's ace kicker.
Oh,
She would have made trips. Mac made the bet at the right time, and
look how
Crissy.
disappointed he is. It goes check because the diamond showed up.
Yep, and there's Crissy saying, "Dang it!"
Good bet, Mac. Good bet. $130. Got her off.
Oh,
Excellent. All right. Napalm.net says it's showing delivered. I'm going to go make sure it's here. I'll be right back.
so a well-timed bet from Mac there to show up in the hand and say, "Hey, by the way, I've been laying over here in the weeds. You guys are toast. Put in some money," and got Crissy off the hand to take away the winning river card from her. We are on hand number 51 with 2.5 hours in this live stream. I think we're going to around the 3-hour mark. So you've got about 30 minutes, maybe a little more left of the live stream. And you too can be on our next one. Just get with Poker House Fort Worth, get with Eric, sign up. I know that he's going to have lots more live streams coming up. This was just a $500 buy-in 1-2 game. It's a nice, fun, low-ish stakes game that most anybody can participate in, and you can sign up and be in on the next live stream.
The beer is in the fridge. The ginger ale was delivered. You'll see it in 15 minutes.
There you go, Napalm. Mission accomplished, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And the flush draw for Doc with the nut flush draw and Sewell's hand. Could we see something here?
Oh no, those are big stacks too.
And Zack, I don't hate a call by Zack here.
He's got a gut shot to a straight. He's got a pair.
Yeah, you could have the bettors betting straight draws, flush draws, things like that.
And Larry's got top pair, top
Jonathan
kicker.
got an over pair, raised it to 100. I missed that one completely.
That must have been off the screen because there were so
Yeah.
many people in there.
Yeah, so Doc's never folding.
Nope.
Sewell's going to make that call.
Zach lets
Zack
it go.
let it go. Yeah, I
Wow.
don't blame it. I don't blame it.
I don't
he-
either. I mean, it was a good fold.
Yeah, he try to float for cheap, but once it gets raised behind you, you just got to let that one go. Somebody's got the straight or an 8 at least. And Doc obviously makes
calls.
the call. Now, how about a 10 of clubs?
3 of
Well,
clubs. That's enough.
Half wish.
Oh. So I just walked out there to check on the stuff, and Mike Sewell goes, "Did you see my $3,000 pot?" I said, "Not yet." This is what he was
Here
talking
you
about.
go. Oh, no.
I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't blame Doc for losing an extra $1,200 on this hand.
No, you're in deep to this game. You got to take your shots when you can, and
King high flush. You have to have an ace and another one to
yeah,
beat.
you run
You
into a
know.
lot of queen and jack high flushes.
Yeah, this is so rough. And the 2 10s folds wisely. He tried to defend on the flop, and
Yeah, but that much action when the
Yeah.
front door flush gets there, you just got to let it go. And Sewell went ahead and goes all in, so he's
Yep.
he didn't even slow play it against Doc.
no, he's like $1,000.
Have the ace. It's
Yep,
He-
he said it.
You have the ace. Yeah. Okay. Well, this game sucks.
Yep, he did the exact same thing I would. Just
Yep.
you have to show me the ace. Well, that
Another big stream for Mike Sewell.
is it. Yeah, he wasn't on the stream last time I was a commentator, so
Friday he had the ace jack against the king jack for heaps.
oh, that it was him. You're right. I did see that on the clips.
Yep. He cashed out up 2,500 on Friday, and it looks like he's going to do the same thing today. I'm a big fan of Mike Sewell. He's a great guy. He's a great ambassador of the game, and he got his teeth kicked in for the first 2 months of this stream.
Oh no.
So to have him win a couple is really good.
You don't see stacks of black like that very often in a 1-2 game.
No.
Only in Texas, guys.
Yeah,
I've had back
yeah. You don't.
like
You don't. I mean, and I try to explain that to people. And it was actually a year ago today that I made a meme that showed the Breaking Bad the Chicken Man, and
Yeah.
with his serious look, and he said, "You play 1-2 Texas Hold'em. I play 1-2 Hold'em in Texas. We
That
are
is
not
hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh me. Well, we've got about 30 minutes left on the stream. We'll see if Sewell can rack up those chips, see if Zack can hang on to his royal flush riches. About 15 minutes ago, for anybody just joining us, fans of Zack, you'll have to watch out for the clip of the royal flush.
I just sent you that meme.
I'm saving that immediately. That's fantastic. Crissy flopping the top with the worst kicker in the deck. Kicker getting the bottom piece of it. Not too crazy with the middle pair, and a little bit of frustration on his part. Cards haven't cooperated with him much in the last hour or so. A lot of good turn cards for Doc. Peel off 15, Doc. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't. Lets it go. Jonathan's going to try to peel a diamond to stay involved on this one. Doesn't get it. So Crissy is still going to be in the lead on this hand with her kings.
7 of clubs
But-
doesn't change anything.
No, but Jonathan's going to act like it did. He's going to lead out for a quarter, or 26 rather. See if that dollar makes a difference to Crissy.
Yeah,
but
that's
it
a story that doesn't make sense to Crissy. She just kind of, frowned and said, "Okay, I call, I guess."
doesn't. Yeah.
2000.
And
She's like,
Kicker's
what-
going to let it go, and
What do the clubs do for you?
so Jonathan looking for an ace and only an ace, and he'll be face up if it happens, and it does not, unfortunately. But does he fire another bullet? Crissy got burned on the 10 a minute ago, buddy. Remember that. She made a good laydown. She's not in the mood for another laydown.
If he bets like 100, he's got to make it big.
Yeah, no, she's going to snap anything.
That's
Yeah,
too small.
60. He bet
45.
45. Yep, she's.
Yeah, that's too
Yep,
small.
yeah. Just like I said, she's.
The pot was too small to try to bluff at and have it make sense.
Yeah, he would have. He just didn't have a shot. Like I said, she just laid down a gin 10 on a river. She's not in the mood to make any more hero laydowns. And you got to remember that as a poker player, when someone pounds the table and says, "Oh, I folded this." You got to put that in your bank. You got to remember that because they're going to be more prone to call in next time because they're living in the world of regret.
I just sent you another meme that I did not make, but I thought it was hilarious. It says,
That's good. I
you
like it.
lose because you're bad at poker, and I lose because you're bad at poker.
That's 100% true.
I
Usually,
didn't come up with that, but I made that meme. 'Cause
that's
it looked
funny. Yeah, usually when I'm dragging the pot, I'm usually saying sorry.
No, sorry. I have a saying. I say, "Play bad, get there," and I just use that as defense for whenever somebody gets crabby with me. I'm like, "Hey, play bad, get there." If it wasn't for luck, I'd lose them all.
I tell him, okay, look, if I had turned my hand up and called your massive bet with a gut shot, would you have told me to call it? So really, I mean, we're kind of the same here, right?
You want that call?
Now we're back into the limp mode of the stream. Everybody kind of catching their breath after a few big pots there, as
Yeah,
is per
ebbs and
normal at any
flows.
stake.
Ebbs and flows. 9 o'clock in real time, so they're going to be shutting down pretty soon. And then we've got another 15 minutes on the delay. Jonathan with an open-ended straight and a flush draw. Mac has the best hand with top pair, and it's only 21% equity against the field.
Doc's going to see bet here. He's trying to get some of his money back.
Dat Too Crazy has a gut shot.
Yeah, Dat Too Crazy's got a lot of good turn cards. Unfortunately, they're not good turn cards because Mac's sitting here with the diamonds. Did he let it go? Mac let go top pair?
I think I looked at something wrong or something because that didn't make any sense.
No, I don't. He might have.
The board is wrong. There's a jack on the real board.
Okay.
That's why I'm going. I looked at something wrong because that's not what I saw. The board is wrong. That's a jack, not a 6. The burn card is a 6.
So our Mac is still Mac. Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, so he didn't have top pair. He had middle pair against a bunch of aggression.
And Doc's going to fire out here a third cannon, and I don't think Jonathan's going to be able to look him up with the 5 on the turn, or he could. Could he be putting Doc on the same thing, a missed flush draw? Oh, he wanted to, but he picked up his cards. Sign of folding. Yep. Good betting pattern by Doc there. And that's the button.
Why he was so aggressive?
Because
he had to lose that nip button.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. That was why that's why Jonathan was thinking about it, because Doc might have been making a move onto the nip button. Well, Dat Too Crazy. Sorry, bud. You had some good outs available on a couple of those hands. Just didn't come to fruition.
And that makes our conversation about if you go bust and leave the game, do you still pay? He did buy back in, so the game continued.
Oh, yeah. If you buy back in, it's obviously a lock.
Yeah, for sure, if you buy back in.
So this is going to be a $25 splash pot. For years and years and years, running poker rooms, Smokey will tell you, we hated splash pots because 20 years ago, that's what that's what a lot of the underground rooms would do. Splash pots, even casinos would do splash pots. And right. as a business owner, people go broke for splash pots. You put $100 in the middle and people lose their minds and lose $500 trying to win an extra $100.
Yep. It's crazy. So, it's fun. They're excited about it.
Yeah.
Like they have free money that nobody's going to defend.
Yeah. You'll see people pre-flop raising, not even looking at their cards, just try to take it down pre to get that extra 100, and it gets defended 4 ways, and all of a sudden you have a $700 pot just because you splashed
and now you
$50 in it.
Over it. Now it's worth fighting for.
Yeah. But 25 shouldn't get too many people out of line. But the other half, Just so people who are just joining us know, the knit game is $50 penalty. Half of it goes to the middle, half of it goes to the dealer. So Miss Jackie, courtesy $50 to $25 there from that too crazy. And
So
the other 25 in the middle.
Jackie and Minnesota Mike split the tips.
Oh yeah,
So
That's
I mean,
good.
just for people go, oh my goodness, she just got $100. Well, that's 50 because she's splitting with Mike. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still don't feel bad for my staff. We take care of them well. But it takes a lot of people to put on a stream. You know, it takes commentators, it takes dealers, it takes
Yep.
Action Tracker. There's a lot
Yep,
that goes
it
into
does.
it to make a good stream. Did we just mention Doc had ace?
That ain't your usual thing to pull out of.
In a $14 pot? He was hoping somebody would raise and nobody did. Now Zach's got middle pair and a flush draw. He's going to bet 20. Doc's going to bump it to 40, it looks like. Just a min click.
Sorry, I had a little phone call there just in time for Doc to get aces for the third time that I've seen.
He's up against middle pair, flush draw versus top pair versus top pair.
Oh boy.
He's got to really pull the trigger now. There's going to be like 200, 175 in the pot.
That's what he did last time, but the problem is Zach's picked up even more outs now
Yeah,
with that
Zach's-
7.
Now he can get a 4. You can see floor manager Scott in the background with a case of Miller Lite and a bag of McDonald's and some ginger ale, it looks like.
Courtesy of napalm.com from
Appreciate
the chat.
I'm going to turn up the table mic. You're going to hear a little bit of a buzz. I just want to hear what happens. 7 gets there, flush. So Doc limped in, and Zach. Who knows if Zach calls a raise with 5-6 suited pre-flop, but he's definitely doing it on the flop.
Yeah, and that's the danger of trying to get tricky with the aces, but
Yep.
Doc's going to lose the minimum. He's never going to raise here.
Yeah, he was in the hijack and nobody raised behind him. He was like,
Yeah.
"Really, nobody's gonna raise? Let me pull a Mac and check raise somebody."
Yeah, so it's
7. You got it.
trying to be like Mac.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
can't do it, Doc.
Yeah.
None
Yeah,
of us
Doc
are that
is-
lucky.
Hey, Scott!
None
Scott,
of us are that
delivery.
lucky. Oh, is that the delivery they're talking about?
Yep.
It's all on the river. It's on,
And Zach getting a fortunate river to crack the aces with 6-5.
Again, Doc is not. It's not Doc's day, honestly.
No,
I mean,
That's
And
the
I-
hard one.
oh, they're talking about the roll. I thought they were talking about the beverages being delivered for a moment there. Now, at the end of the day, the last stream that I commentated,
It's been with you
Doc
every time, too,
played
hasn't it?
wonderfully. It just
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
his day, and I
Yep.
haven't seen him do anything except trying to get a little tricky there with the aces. Just
I don't
now, he
hate
really doesn't get out of line.
Yeah,
I mean,
I need a spade, not
the
close.
table
You got
dependent.
12
This
there.
table is not one
I need
to
the-
raise as much as some of the
I
other
need the
ones.
club,
But
I just
trying
got the
to
spade.
get tricky
Okay.
on this table is not
Right.
as successful as getting tricky on a more aggressive table.
Right. Yeah, it's the ebb and flow of the table
And if he,
was kind of on the ebb portion of it, and lots of
and if
limping
he,
in.
if he makes it 15 pre-flop, you might still get a call from 5-6 suited. And the same thing happens. So
Yeah, Supra says the dealer tray getting full on that right-hand side. She's been dealing some monsters, sir. She's been dealing some monsters and being rewarded for it. Mac in the 9 seat, did he really raise? Did he really raise, Eric, or is this a mistake?
well, it was a raise because Jonathan raised in front of him.
Oh,
So
he did. He
Yep.
did. So that's an excuse. The floodgates
Yeah.
are open for him.
It's almost as good as a check raise because there was already a raise. He just doesn't like that RFI.
Yeah, he says I want my RFI to be 1% forever. And we got a Jack would be a disaster card, and
My wife was
safe
supposed to
from
play tonight, too.
Jack.
Jonathan's got open ender and the most equity with the worst hand. They've all got a jack. A jack on the turn would be
Yeah, it's gonna check
be really
around here, and
Bink.
that's gonna bink it right there for Jonathan with his 6, gonna get him home. But
and
I
he's
don't
got the
think,
flush draw to back it up.
yeah, I don't think anybody else is gonna have anything to call with here,
No.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless Larry has dreams of a 9. Nope, nope. He says I'm bored, but I'm not that bored. He hasn't had much go his way card wise.
Yeah,
Seat
he's been
5.
dead.
Yeah, seat 5 slowed down from when I first joined. His last hour has been on the cold deck side.
Doc is about to get cooked. I wonder if that's an. I wonder if Judd is
A little bit
few-
behind,
Yeah, I
behind the stream there,
Hey,
and,
fast forward,
and
Judd. You're missing a couple of hands.
or just watch right where you're at,
Yeah.
and witness the cooking because it did happen.
Don't go to the river, that's it.
Had like 5 bad pools.
Zach got there against him again.
I had a king flush, and he bought the ace flush.
And just speaking of it, Kicker picks up a very playable hand, raises it up to 10 just to say he did.
The marriage, king queen.
And that's going to defend with a king 10. So Larry in rough shape, and that too crazy outkicked as well. And there's 3 queens. So when I was talking about rough shape,
wow,
this
Larry.
is one of the things I was talking about. And it's going to check around immediately.
Yep.
And it's going to a little $20 feeler bet here. And does Larry? Yep, Larry's immediately going to raise here.
Yeah, it's gonna make it 50.
Yeah, it looks like 50. Kicker calls. Looking for a 9.
3. Didn't get it.
Nope.
The diamond does come home.
Take more of Doc's money.
My kicker.
He checked it to him. Oh, I think he lost. I think he lost a
value?
little. Yeah, lost a little bit of value there, but
I wonder if he was slow playing or if he was afraid of the flush.
it's plausible. I mean, a guy betting out on the turn on a innocuous
Yeah.
card that just paired the suits, not
Yep.
anything, didn't make anything else.
No.
He could have put him on a diamond draw there.
He's like, well, okay, you got your back door, so I'm not
Yeah.
good enough to fold, so I hope you check it back.
I would have had to try to bet a little bit there, if only because my opponent might have hit an ace as well. So there's enough that you can get paid by,
Yeah.
and
value.
not as many flush combinations that beat you. So a good value there bet there would have been good in my book.
Yeah,
But
very interesting.
Kicker gets to drag a pot that he hasn't done in a little while, so maybe that'll put his headspace in the right spot.
And Larry lost the minimum, really.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have lost more.
Yeah, I would have lit it up a little bit on the turn there.
We just got a couple more hands left in the stream. See if we can end on a big one like we did last time. Knit Kicker LMAO.
And straddle limped pot here. Zach with the nut flush draw. Does anybody else have anything to go with it? I
Nothing.
don't see much of anything, and he's going to bet it out 15. Jonathan, he's coming at it again. I'm telling you, he's been the one with the nefarious flop floats, and
Yeah,
just
he
hasn't quite come to fruition yet.
He's trying to play the player. He's trying to steal it.
And I like that a lot.
I do. You know, he's not playing his cards. He's playing, can I steal this pot? Can I just
Yeah.
can I limp one time? Can I float?
And if he can convince himself that Zach is on that flush draw, he can call this $20 bet again, because that's pretty suspicious when they bet 20 and then bet 20 again.
Yeah. You bet 15 on the flop, 20 on the turn. Just
Yeah,
small bet.
I
small
think
bet.
if you're going to call the first small bet, you got to call the second one. But
All right,
Jonathan
Broke
liked the
Gambler
flip.
Slot. What's your real name? And I'll put you on the list right now, bud.
Yeah, you can always call the club. Any one of our clubs, Midland, Odessa, San Angelo, Fort Worth, Austin, and have them put your name on the list for any sort of cash game that you want.
Yeah, if you're over 30 miles away, Poker Atlas won't let you register for a game. Also, if you're trying to pre-register for a game that's 3 days in the future, it's going to kick you off after I think it's a half hour.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. Like some of our Poker Atlas on some of our sites will lock in the names so they can sign up for a scheduled poker game for
It will.
well, no, we do it manually.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, every Tuesday, we have a set game that people can sign up for at any time. But like what you're saying with Broke Gambler, if you're over 30 miles away, you can't get on it at all. So
Yeah, and even if he did though, like if somebody else is trying to get on because they're close enough,
yeah, if you don't check in,
we'll kick you off after 30 minutes.
Yep.
All right, you're on BGS.
All right, we're gonna see a flop. My kicker getting a little bit of a heater here, getting kings, trying to dodge a 7 or an ace,
Leads out for 35 and gets 2 callers.
and so far so good. And he's gonna see bet in flow here with 75, and good fold by Doc. He floats there a lot, but he's taking some beats tonight, so he's going to minimize it. And he knows that my kicker's been a little bit quiet for the last
My
hour.
kicker, a gentleman shows him the kings. Like I crushed it. He's like, yes, thank you, thank you. Good fold. Let me feel better about myself after getting my teeth kicked in for the last 3 hours.
Yeah. Poor Doc. But like I said, in both the streams that I've commentated on, he has been in the red, but the play has been
It's
commendable.
card dependent, not play dependent.
Yeah.
He's, if I get a king high flush using both hole cards, I'm losing my stack.
You're just going to call it just like he did, And like I said, in the last stream, he played well. And some days the cards don't work out. And if you've played any poker at all, you have experienced it as well.
Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
And that's it. Crissy going to raise it up with a first hand she's seen here in a minute as well. Pocket fours. We haven't seen anybody flop a set. Have we seen anybody flop a set?
Yeah, sixes flopped a set once.
Oh, that's right. You're right. We did see sixes. But there's a lot of cards coming to this flop, so she's not going to feel comfortable with anything but a 4.
Look at all those. That's such an ugly board.
And nobody with 2 hearts here, so who wants to take the aggression on this pot?
Jack high gets it. Now you got the jack and the 10 and the 4, which is pretty irrelevant. But
kicker's going to play his 10. That too crazy. I mean, you just give him the ace.
now these two might be friends because they both sat down late at the same time.
Crissy, she wants to see her 4 make something here. She's says,
like,
I have a heart.
Yeah, I do have a heart. Flush on the board.
You might see check, check, check here.
Well, yeah, Datu has second nuts, and my kicker has third nuts. And Chrissy's practically playing the board. Yeah, they're just now check.
The problem is if I'm that too crazy, so he bet 25. Chrissy's gonna give him an extra quarter, and he's gonna have the winner there. And the only reason I check it last act for him is most of the time you're losing to anything that calls you.
Yep. I think that the 2-seat and the 5-seat do know each other because he snap folded the 10 high flush.
Yeah,
to
that
his-
happens.
He's like, no, you're not getting anything from me. You know, I've got the third nuts. You've got the ace or the jack because the 10 is not good right now.
Not really.
And Crissy just called the 25 out of frustration.
Yeah, it was such a small bet, and she's like, "Well, I
Yeah.
do have a flush, and I would just be sick to find out you didn't have one."
She's going to straddle here for 5. Mac with a pretty little sneaky hand. That too crazy with a pretty hand as well. King Jack to add a little bit of polarization here on a flop. When you have 4-3 of diamonds, Queen 10 of hearts, it's hard to have
Ooh.
much competition.
This one might be
This-
spicy.
That too crazy. Just with some newfound chips, he'll call this bet. Mac, just because he's Mac, is going to call this bet.
Mac needs a 4 or a tray that's not a heart.
Let's see if Mac sticks around still. No, he went ahead and folded. I thought he might to the next bet there.
10
Crazy's
is
not going anywhere.
25 a little
Did he-
more.
did he- Yeah. A heart
No
does
heart.
not get there. And we're going to bet and a fold, and Jonathan finally picks himself up a pot. It's been a minute for him. Oh, is that too crazy? Going to raise it? He
Oh,
did.
no.
I love it.
I haven't seen Dad Too Crazy get out of line at all in the last
No.
3 hours.
Oh, and I don't think that's getting out of line. I think it's a great play, but unfortunately, Jonathan's just a little too strong right now. And
No,
he's gonna call.
he's face up. Oh, did he call? Oh, he did call.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he just threw his cards face up and
Nah.
I was surprised at the fold, but
Yeah,
no, he called.
I don't hate the try by that too crazy.
I love it.
Parlay his newfound chips from his buddy and Crissy into some more. Didn't quite work out, but didn't hurt him in the long run. Hand number 61. I think
Mike
I have
Sewell's
what
up 1,700. My kicker's up 1,100. I know it says 1.6, but we know he bought him for 500, so he's up 1,100. Zack's up
And-
1,000.
do we know if Doc is in for that 2.8?
Well, I would believe he is.
Yeah, I know he bought him for 11 that second time.
Yep.
Well, again, well played, just ill-timed, and
And a couple
Ill
of
luck.
really cold decks.
yeah. Do we have anything to battle with as we start to close out?
Yeah, this would be a boring hand. I hope this is not the last one.
Who's thinking about it? Oh, nobody's thinking about it. Yeah, it says like, who's thinking about it? Nobody's thinking about it.
No, it was on Chrissy's big blind. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, what are we waiting for? Oh, we were
See-
waiting for you to say go.
Tell him, Jackie. Say,
Yes, she did.
are you thinking about it?
Ended. Texas heads up. $12 in the pot. She's got to make change. That's.
Yeah, she didn't grab
Oh, there we
that.
go. There we go. I was like,
I was waiting for her to grab her fives and put them in there. She was Minnesota Mike would have been like, I watched you lose us $12 or whatever the change was.
$10, both red chips. She made change and didn't take the reds. That's hilarious. You owe me $5 because you lost 10 for us. Mike Sewell, top pair.
Yeah, and
Tattoo Crazy open-ender.
Jonathan fires $2, and Sewell says, "No, we're gonna play more than that."
More money.
I love
That
the
Too
$2
Crazy is
box.
gonna come along. He's open-ended, looking for a
wanna see it.
non-heart 5 or 10.
What was it? What was the pot?
3.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
he fires 2. Bet $2. Jonathan, bet $2. That would be hilarious. Bet $2. I want to see him bet $2. That would be so funny.
He's gonna fire a real bullet here and say, "All right, just in case you're on flush draws, we're gonna pay for it."
Oh, that would have been
Looks
so
like
funny if
about
he bet $2 again.
28, 33. I don't think that Too Crazy is ever gonna fold.
No,
And
open-ended.
Sewell says, "Why not?"
Yeah,
We
the
got
3
top
didn't.
pair.
The 3 didn't offend Mike. You know, he's got the top pair.
So to change hands, we're looking for another 9, a 5, or a 10. Otherwise, Jonathan is going to take this down.
5 ball.
And the 5 and the heart get there.
It is a heart.
So that might
slow him
hurt it a
down.
little bit, but what a sneaky straight out of that Too Crazy, though. Too bad it's a
Yeah.
heart. I mean, I know the board is paired, but you're never going to put somebody on a boat with the kind of action we had pre and post.
25. Now, does that Too Crazy raise?
He did. I see a black chip there
Did a
quickly. A quickly black chip there.
Mhm.
And
The action is wrong.
yeah, Jonathan, did he call it out?
Did he pay everyone?
No,
heart.
Action Tracker went too fast and went fold instead of.
So I watched that Too Crazy throw a black chip out there.
Yep.
So he raised him 100. I just don't know if
Right. So what
Jonathan
happened
called it
was
off.
Mike put down call, fold, and the computer thinks they're done.
Yeah, yeah.
So instead of saying raise 125, fold, and the action's on Jonathan.
So right
Mike
now,
said, "Oh, he called."
yeah. So right now, Jonathan's thinking about calling the extra 100 or not.
Correct.
I mean, he's got trip 3s, but that is the front door flush.
Yeah, he's not. He's not even worried about the straight. He thinks, "Did you really get?"
Oh, he called it.
He does
He
call the
threw it
100.
in there. That's yeah. He didn't expect 6-8 there at all, but I
No,
think he was
no
thinking about
way.
heart. So
Wow.
that Too Crazy getting a small gift there from Jonathan.
An extra $100.
Yeah, and it's hard to lay down. It's hard to lay down the 3 there on that board, but
And
I think I could put my opponent on a heart there pretty easily.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Let's have that be the one that we stop on. Hey, there he is.
Hey, there
Look
you
at your
go.
fake background.
It's fake. You see the green. You see the green.
Mine is green. No, mine is green. I've got a real one back here. So that was super fun. I do appreciate you for showing up, Reese, and spending the night with me when you probably have better stuff to do.
Oh, just work. Nothing
work.
fun.
All right. We had a great time. I do appreciate you. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks for the McDonald's and the beer that you sent twice. I do appreciate that so much. We had a really great time. Tomorrow, I'm going to go to Austin. I'm going to stream Friday. If you're in the Austin area and you want to play I think they're playing a 1-2 with a $1,000 buy-in match a stack. So it's going to be like this, but on a little bit of steroids. It's going to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit bigger down in Austin than it is in Fort Worth.
Yeah, and there'll be a lot more of these streams though. So if you're in the Fort Worth area, sign up with this guy here and get yourself if you think you want to be on the live stream. Not everything is high dollar. Like I said, $500 buy-in to be on the live stream. Tell your friends and have them tune in and watch you just like you guys did for Zack. And congratulations to him for his royal flush. And hope to see that clip on the Facebook pretty soon.
I'll probably peel that up before I leave here. So again, thanks a lot for joining us, and thank you, Reese. I sure appreciate it.